This is the Bertcast.
What's up, buddy?
Out of it. How you doing?
Snap into it.
Yeah. What you up to?
Did you have a hangover this morning? Do you have a hangover right now?
I don't ever get hangovers. Here, talking to the mic. Are we starting, Halston? Yeah.
I was considering, when you said let's do it Monday, the day after Super Bowl Sunday, I was like, I probably should just do us both a favor and reschedule.
I don't really get hangovers. What I get now is I've drank too much in 24 hours, and my body needs to detoxify from that.
Yeah, that's a hangover.
Is that a hangover?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a hangover. Like, I look at people that are... I mean, maybe it is a hangover, I guess.
It's your body dealing with a hangover differently than it could when we were in our 20s and we could bounce. We were made of rubber.
I went to an infrared spa today.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, they're awesome. So
no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So they, the ones I went to was in Burbank. If I'm not mistaken, Rogan got one in his podcast compound.
He installed one.
He put one in.
It's not like a tanning booth?
No.
Okay.
I don't really know the technology per se, but it is a UV or an ultraviolet infrared light.
Are you naked?
Yeah, you're naked.
Okay.
That permeates your body, gets to your muscles, kind of goes a little deeper than like just a heated room.
Right.
And so, and this is all speculation.
And so you did it this morning?
This morning I woke up.
Did it make you feel immediately better or worse?
Immediately better.
Better?
Immediately better.
Wow.
So much better that
Are my feet okay?
Yeah. I've been online looking to buy one and have it installed in my garage.
And you've looked it up, and what is the cost of these?
$1,000.
$1,000. That's it.
16. Well, it's not a big one. It's like a 2-person one. It really looks like a telephone booth.
You stand?
Yeah, no, you sit. Like this one was...
sit in a booth?
Yeah, it looks... It's no joke. It looks like a wooden telephone booth. And it... Dude, the second I started sweating, I just was like feeling immediately better. And I was like, oh my God, it's gone. And my head rightened. They do it. I think they do it at a lower heat too. So I did it at 155 for 30 minutes.
The temperature of the booth was 155 degrees.
155 degrees for 30 minutes, 35 minutes really.
And how long ago did you do it?
This morning. I drove over there and I was like, oh.
Hey,
went in.
Hey, let me call my buddy Zane, see if he wants to go over and get this.
I should have. You know what's so funny?
We could have done. We could have been there again. We could have been naked in something the size of a phone booth. You get to know somebody.
Dude, my dick looked solid.
And red.
Because it's hot and blood's circulating, everything looks the way it should look all the time.
Engorged.
My dick looked solid.
You know, I
almost wanted to get a picture of me because I'm naked and I'm sitting there and I just kept looking at my dick going, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, buddy. And I wanted her to walk in and look at me naked.
If you would have masturbated under those conditions, you probably would have passed out. You're probably on the threshold of passing out anyway.
My heart rate
155 degrees, and then you masturbated, you would have passed out.
What was my heart rate was like 132 beats per minute.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they say in these infrared saunas, this is what they say. I don't think it's accurate. They say 30 minutes you burn the same amount of calories as if you went jogging for 30 minutes.
And then they also say the thing if you get in an ice bath.
That's the polar plunge.
Yeah.
And then that rejuvenates your skin. I don't know if any of that's true.
I don't know if any of this is true.
Well, I did hot yoga for a month.
Hot yogurt?
Hot yogurt.
That's disgusting.
It's really good for your stomach.
What did you do? You just put it on you?
No, hot yoga.
I know.
And that was I got really into that. I think it's the placebo effect of watching yourself sweat.
You know, it's funny. So I get this asked to me all the time, including as recently as like yesterday. Someone said, what is the hangover cure? Because that's what we do when I did my shows. We would sort of like, and then every time you think one's going to work, I would have a doctor that debunks it. So let's say spicy food, right? They say you sweat it out. But so while that might help you to get some toxins out of your body, the other thing you're dealing with is you're dehydrated. So if you are dehydrated and sweating it out, you're making the problem worse. And then you can do things like as people smoke weed or take a Xanax to sort of hide the symptoms and stuff. Xanax actually works.
Xanax really works.
It does actually. It does actually work.
That actually really works.
So that and have you ever gotten the IV treatment?
Yes.
Okay. Now there's one.
Have you done? No.
There's one down the street.
No. Are you serious?
Yeah. It's a little pricey. I think. I mean, it's
how much?
It's like $99. I mean, it's fine. I think but it's a bag of salt water. I mean, whatever. It's fine.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I got the B12 shot.
Right. Fine. You can get stuff added to it, whatever. So then it ends up to being like $139, whatever. I was just like, man, I wish it was like $69. I don't know. It's just that's stupid because it's so close. But like, imagine if it was $59 or $69. You're having a crappy day. You just go and get it.
I might want that guy to come over and get one right now.
They will come over. They will. I'm just trying to think of the name of it. But yeah,
what's the name of it?
How's my wife?
They drive to your house?
She'll drive to your house, yeah.
Oh, I might start lining this guy up for Monday mornings.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, every Monday morning.
Just expect that Monday morning is going to suck.
Yeah, I'll
have the guy
see you.
come over. Imagine if you had like this Chinese guy. He's like, let's make him 70 years old in this scenario.
Okay.
He comes over. He gives you deep tissue while you also have an IV going into you. And you walk into the room feeling like crap, and you know that in 30 minutes you're just going to feel better. I was in Miami for the South Beach food and wine thing, and I woke up one morning. I ate something bad like oysters or something, plus alcohol, and I was just feeling like shit. I threw up, and I was just like, my wife's like, we're in Miami for 3 days. We're going out. I'm like, yeah. She's like, and so down the street there was a place. She made an appointment for me to get the IV. She's like, you get the IV, then we'll go get some food. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. Fully intending to disappoint her after that and be like, I'm sorry, I really feel like crap. I'm going to go back to the room. I'm sorry, but I tried, whatever. So I go back, go get the IV treatment with all these extra things in it. And I'm really almost too nauseous to walk. And again, I'd thrown up like an hour before. And I get this thing. 25 minutes later, when it's done, we went and had Cuban sandwiches and rum. I mean, literally, it was like just completely dehydration. Because if you drink, people say you dehydrated.
Yeah.
If you drink, the water has to absorb into your body. Your body doesn't work like that. You're going to keep peeing it out because it only absorbs a certain percentage. Whereas the IV just goes straight in, rehydrates you, and you're back on.
Really?
And it was amazing how amazing it was.
A little bit closer to your mouth just in case.
In my mouth?
No, yeah, that's perfect. No, you don't have to.
Is that for you or is that for audio?
That's for audio. I don't know what it sounds like, but
I just thought you liked it.
I'm always imagining Halston.
I just thought you liked the look of it.
I just like the look of it.
He was giving me this mean look. Is that why he was doing it?
Oh yeah. Well, he's deaf.
Did you see that van parked outside your house?
Yeah.
What is with that?
I think.
Do you know whose it is?
Yeah.
So amazing. Is it a homeless person?
No.
Okay.
I think he's my new neighbor. Yeah.
God. What does he do?
Just worships owls.
The name, the license plate, something is like Meowl.
Meowl.
And then it's a a van you wouldn't get children near, and it has a cat.
Which is so nice because the first thing my daughter said when she saw his van was, Dad, he's actually pretty cool. I go, wait, you've talked to him? I was like, Isla,
it's
don't
literally
talk
in front
to
of your house.
The guy with a van, like it literally is there to attract children.
Yeah.
It's covered in owls, of course Isla's
it's
like,
it's got cartoons on it. You couldn't even put that avatar on Facebook anymore because they don't allow cartoon avatars.
Yeah,
so a guy couldn't even use it. He would need to dress up as a cat owl, and I bet he's done it before.
And Isla's like, he's actually pretty cool, Dad. And I was like, have you talked to him? And she goes, oh, are you kidding me? It's covered his van's covered in owls.
Yeah, he's very gentle.
Yeah, Dad, he's real friendly.
No, real friendly.
Isla forms really odd relationships with people. She had a teacher. I can't say his name, but his name is perfect. It is the perfect fucking name for this guy.
Okay, got it.
I said something.
Describe him, and then I'm going to guess the name.
I said. She said, I'm going to call him Mr. Johnson just to be safe.
Okay.
She goes, Mr. Johnson's had. I said, I don't know if I like your relationship with Mr. Johnson. I feel like it's a little too, like you know too much about him.
He's a teacher?
He's a teacher.
What grade?
I don't know. Whatever grade she's in. I can't say.
Got it.
And so I go, I don't like it. It's a little too intimate. She goes, I feel like you're making fun of him. I said, I'm not making fun of him. She goes, Dad, he's had a rough run of it. I was like, what? She goes,
Did she use those words?
yeah. She goes, oh, yeah.
It's an adult phrase.
Yeah. Yeah. You right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hollywood's not giving him his share.
Okay. Is he a drama teacher?
No. He's feeding these lines to her.
Yeah.
And she's repeating them.
Parroting.
Yeah, she's parroting them. He had triple pneumonia. I mean, Dad, he's buried he's had to bury 2 friends in the last month. It's been rough for him. And I said, Isla, I don't like that you know all this. She goes,
there you go.
And then she goes, I only know this because I walked in him crying in his room one day. And I was like, oh my God. I go, I really don't like your relationship with this teacher.
And a child talked him.
Yeah.
Talked him
He
back.
was crying, and then he told her, Hollywood's been rough. I had to bury 2 friends, and I had triple pneumonia.
Hold on, I'm just going to go back a second. What is Hollywood's been rough?
He's an actor. He's an actor, of course. He's a fucking actor.
Okay, so hold on. Time out. Are you equating having a tough time in Hollywood with your 2 friends dying? You're putting the same at the... That's why you're crying?
Yeah.
Not because of the 2 friends or Hollywood, but they both sort of converged, and that made it for a rough day.
And your emotional dump goes to an 11-year-old girl. Because she walked in on you crying in your room.
So good.
I was like, I could not stop laughing when she goes, I only know this because I walked in on him crying.
His name is Herb. His name is Herb Dickley. He should have changed his name, and people told him that when he moved out here. And he's like, no, I'm sticking to my name, and that's why. And that's why Hollywood's rough.
I wrote a script that we're producing as of now, I guess. You guys will hear a lot more about this because we're going to incorporate the fans, and we're going to make it like a podcast. It's going to be free entertainment. Everyone always says to me, thanks for all the free content. That's what they say all the time. So we're going to make this script 8 episodes, a sitcom released once a month. There's going to be a lot of things that I think will be fun for the fans and make it interactive and enjoyable. But the first thing I told Isla about the script, and she was like, yo, can you write in a part for Mr. Johnson? I was like, what? I was like,
can you?
I did.
Okay.
Of course I did.
Thank you.
Fucking course I did.
Okay.
He plays an inappropriate teacher.
Herb Dickley's going to play a teacher. It's a stretch. Oh my God.
Yeah. I love your travel vlog that you and Mel do.
Oh, the Zanes World thing.
I love it.
Thanks, man.
I fucking love it. It's so well done.
Thank you.
It's so, it's so funny is that, it so circumnavigates what, like, Travel Channel should be doing that.
Wouldn't you think? It's weird.
I don't think
so we've just taken it and just said and presented to some of the networks, and they're just like, it's not what we're looking for. They don't feel like it can go anywhere. Like, what are you talking about? We're going and exploring. I don't know. The whole
networks. I mean, first of all,
don't even all those channels are just, I don't know. They're crazy.
I don't know that I'd do network television ever again.
I would.
I don't have an interest.
But then the offer comes along, and then you go, okay, you go the pros and cons and all the kind of stuff. It's a great commercial for other stuff. If I wouldn't have done that stuff, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing today. And it's funny, I was thinking about that as I was driving over. This is me driving.
Yeah,
that's how I drive. I drive kind of like Mr. Herb Dickley. But the it's sort of a means to an end,
you're
right?
You're making me want to make a cocktail right now.
People are saying, "What are you gonna make?"
I don't know. I may just do like a shot of something.
Do you when you watch? I just throw some like Mad Men, or like even like 30 Rock with Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Or what was I watching something recently? Madam Secretary, my wife watches that, or even House of Cards. When they go at the end of the day and they just pour themselves a scotch, or even sometimes in the middle of the day. Do you do that? It makes me. It feels good, but then I just feel I'm unproductive and tired.
Yeah, I don't drink. I try not to drink during the day.
I would love to just be able to do that.
And then at night, it's complicated because if I'm home, I try not to drink because it's like, I might as well wake up early with the girls.
Yeah.
What I do a lot of times, I will take a Xanax so that I don't drink. I'll take half a Xanax. If I take Xanax, I will not touch fucking booze.
Right.
And it's it's a quarter of a milligram I end up taking.
Yeah.
Barely feel it.
To go to sleep?
No, just to relax.
Yeah.
Like to enjoy the night.
Yeah.
And then I do that. I'll do that. This is going to sound like very fucking crazy, but my regimen has always been Mondays would take a Xanax, half a Xanax. And so I won't drink, and then don't drink Tuesday, don't drink Wednesday, fly Thursday.
And then you start you do you're traveling most of the weekends, right?
I'm traveling every weekend. This Wednesday I go out and scout the truck. I'm doing my special there. I started talking to the set designer.
Yeah.
And then I'm scouting the truck Wednesday. I'll probably party pretty hard Wednesday night. I think my buddy's going to stay. My buddy's producing my special. He's the one also producing my TV show.
You're shooting it here?
I'm shooting it. No, the Trocadero in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I hope I told everyone it was Philadelphia. What if they're all flying out to LA?
No. No, I just saw because I saw you were saying the tickets were available when you were chopping up that record.
Ari's record.
Yeah, I was showing. I have my crew. I have my office in my house now too, and I have my crew. Before I was heading over here, I was showing them some of your stuff, and they were like talking about how funny you are, which made me a little upset because they don't say that about me. Maybe it's just a given. When you were wishing your buddy a happy 50th, and you were doing the barbell curls.
Yeah.
And you just kept going. It's so good. It just kept getting better and better when you're just
and then as luck would have it, I gave up at the last second.
That killed me. I was like, oh my God. It would have been amazing if you just kept that extra second.
I always say this, I'm sure I've said this to you a number of times, but your setup that you had in that office, that's always been my dream. Like with
this, you know what's so funny? So this guy Hess who works for me, and he was like, I was heading out the door, and he's like, "You just going to his house?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "What's the setup?" I go, "It's pretty much like this." So I've now built something not quite as big as this, but basically like this in my house.
Really?
Because I was spending money on offices. So stupid.
How much?
The first one,
your offices were.
You were in the you were in the
great.
really big one, which
I
was
love that
like,
office.
It was probably like $4,000 a month.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it was huge. But we had the show going, so the money was coming in, and we had the merch going because for the show. So that was just like, it wasn't a big deal. And then I moved into a smaller. Did you come in my smaller one?
Yeah.
The nicer one on Ventura?
It was a
little bit smaller, but yeah. That was almost the same price. That was probably about $3,500, yeah. And then basically when that was chug, and then that one didn't get picked up again, then I got a smaller one, and I was working on the couch, and I was like, had to go to the office, but it's just me. I was like, I don't know, I'll just stay here. And I was like, wait, why do I have an office? So then I decided to build an office in my house and put an addition on, and so now I'm there. Inspired by you. You're not inspired by me. It's the opposite.
We almost bought our next door neighbor's house.
Wow.
To make office spaces out of that. For a number of reasons. If he wants to sell, we either have to sell our house or buy his.
Do you get the owl van with it?
Yeah. Well, now that he rented it out to the owl guy, I don't think he has to worry about. Because he lost a renter, and his other renter is like extremely old and not super healthy, and he's like 70. He's almost 80.
Oh yeah.
And so he was like, I think I'm going to sell. He was like, this company wants to sell it and turn it into a parking lot, and I was like, oh, hold on. I go, will you run that by us first?
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, I'll let you guys. If you guys want to buy it, you can buy it, before this other company. I
want to go in. So there was this guy in Long Island. And they did something to the taxes. So this guy had lived there for like 40 years or 50 years. I think it was like 50. And they just changed the tax code. So it's based on the value of the property, not what you paid or whatever. And so all of a sudden this guy's taxes jumped to a whatever it was going to be because he's in the Hamptons. Now his house is worth like $2 million, but it's kind of not a great house. He's been there for 50 years since it was like a farm.
Yeah.
And so anyway, his taxes jumped to whatever it was, like $25,000 a year. And he's like, I can't pay it. Literally, he's been there for 50 years. The taxes made it so he had to leave. And I was like, whoa. Like, if I would have liked to have got in on that deal and say, look, here's the deal. I'm going to pay your taxes and your mortgage and whatever's left on it for as long as you need, as long as you live. You just got to bequeath it. Bequeath?
Oh, you'll pay your...
Leave it to me. Leave it to me in the will. So I don't care if it's 20 years, 30 years. I'm not going to like speed it up or anything like that. I'll.
Yeah.
But then you don't have to ever leave. You can stay here until whatever. So like there have to be situations like that. There's a house in my neighborhood that's kind of just like it's so ratty.
Really?
I think it's like waiting to fall down, and it kind of and that there's these, especially around here, these buzzards, these realtors that are always in good at putting signs on people's door. We'll buy your house. We'll buy your house. But
they just changed the laws out here where you can't build a McMansion anymore.
I know. I just beat it by a. Not that I've necessarily built a McMansion, but I beat it by a month. I rushed mine because of it.
Oh, you know what?
My lot
You're
is small.
so lucky.
My lot is small.
They fucked up. Makes construction so fucking difficult now.
Yeah.
The new laws
I know.
have made it like a nightmare.
I know. And you could only go a percentage. Like I think I could go 50% the size of my lot, and my lot's small.
This is a small lot.
Yeah, mine's about 66. Yours is bigger than that.
Ours is bigger, but not
8,000 or
much.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just beat it just so I could maximize the, to build my office and whatever.
See, I always wanted a compound.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a compound.
Yeah, you kind of got a little bit of a compound happening here. You got a chicken coop.
Well, here are the things that. Here are our big plans.
Okay.
Well, initially I wanted to buy a new house. Then we said, okay, fuck it. If we can buy the house next door, then we'll just put up a big fence and we'll have like a compound, right?
Yeah.
And then we can do stuff in the front yards. We can really change. Like we'll have 3 different apartments that'll each be office spaces, or and work from home.
Yeah.
Move the podcast studio over to one of those
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
And then have the man cave. And I was like, oh, this will be perfect. Then the other idea was, he sells it as a parking lot. We sell our house because our house is licensed multifamily.
Yeah, got it. Oh,
so
wow,
we can
okay.
put townhouses up.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So that was the other thing, was buy 2 lots, then just sell it all and put townhouses up. Let someone put townhouses
Yeah.
up. Very valuable.
And that neighbor
double
would be
lot.
pissed off.
This poor neighbor. But I just wanted, I wanted Johnny Depp's house.
Yeah,
and
but what about-
he owns the whole street.
What about leaving Los Angeles?
I want to leave Los Angeles, but when the girls are going to fucking, I'm sure the girls are going to go to UCLA, or at least Georgia will. Isla's probably going to start a band.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you guys? What are you guys working on now? In the
So I did my Kickstarter last year.
If those of you who don't know, Zane is arguably the most successful designer, fashion person to ever be on Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was the #1 fashion Kickstarter campaign ever. So that was the Adventure Hoodie. That was 2016. And then from that, I was able to form a company. People think, we made like $1.8 million, and people think like, oh, you had a lot of money left over. It really didn't work out like that. But, like whatever. But, some people are like, oh, now you got millions in the bank. No, that's not how that works.
I gotta make hoodies.
Trust me, man. People just don't.
For real?
They just don't. Yeah, they don't understand. They don't get it. But anyway, so there was enough to fulfill all of our stuff and hire people. So I had these 2 great people. Erica, she worked at Lululemon for 5 years.
Really?
And she's come on, and we've taken a few trips to the factory and everything like that. I'll give you some insight on that too. And then this guy Hess, who was a creative director for another company, and he's helping do all of our videos and creative. And it's just like we're making really amazing stuff. This is the hoodie. So if you remember like the original hoodie, this is just nicer. That's all.
Yeah.
So this one, you can see it's like lined with this microfleece. This is like the nicest. That's like the nicest hoodie I've ever.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's
tried.
heavy too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I see these adventure hoodies at my shows.
Oh, do you really?
Oh, of course, yeah. Guys come up and they're like, dude, adventure hoodie.
Dude, let me tell you something. People talk about you to me every day.
I'm gonna backtrack. so if someone is unfamiliar with you, they get the whole scoop.
Who?
My podcast listening base has grown exponentially. You started with Chug. Chug was your first venture.
Yeah.
Let me tell you my story of what I saw.
I want to hear your story.
I find it fascinating.
Your story of me.
I was network television at the time, doing a podcast, but I was doing the podcast by myself, just 2 handheld mics and whatever comic came over.
Yeah.
Then I had done a Kickstarter for a documentary.
That's right. Right.
And then I forget how it happened, but you were like, yeah, we're doing this documentary Kickstarter for this TV show I want to do, Chug. Zane before that had been on a very successful show called Three Sheets, which everyone fucking watched. Literally everyone watched. Everyone watched, and everyone wished they had. And I think of that show to this day. I think of the time that you had that you paid a professional snowboarder to be you on the mountain, and then you just slid in. You're like, oh, time to have a drink, and I was like, wow, Zane's fucking amazing,
dude. I did that all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
You had Three Sheets. Then you had Drinking Made Easy, which was
on Mark Cuban's
channel, and you did a tour. You did an extremely successful stand-up tour through all the Hard Rocks, all the not Hard Rocks, the House of Blues.
There was right, exactly.
House of Blues, and then you decide you're going to do Chug. Chug is a drinking show around the world. I think you were going to put it on trains for the most part,
right?
Yep.
Well, yeah. You're right. Exactly. We were trying to justify the name Chug. It'd be funny to have a show named Chug.
What's even more hilarious is that apparently that's a racial slur for Native Americans.
Yeah, there's that.
I've never heard of that.
It's also a Chihuahua that mates with a pug. So we learn afterwards that maybe Chug wasn't the best name for a show.
But they were like, "How dare you?" And I remember being like, "Yo, you got to give us some credit. We're not hateful, racist people." I've never heard of the name.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never thrown a racial slur at somebody, let alone Native American. Like, what the fuck? Anyway,
not especially, but who would even heard of that?
Anyway, it was probably back in the 30s. So you said at the time you're like, this is what we're gonna do for this Kickstarter. Last 24 hours, we're gonna really just amp it up. And I'm gonna do 24 hours of podcasting. And you're like, can you come by? I was like, yeah, I think we did one before that. But here's what really blew me away. Is I got there, you had a team. You had 2 kids and your wife and you, and maybe one other person.
Yeah, probably.
And you were doing promo videos that you were just putting on Kickstarter. Promo videos for the Kickstarter for Chug.
Right.
And I was so impressed by it. No joke. It is the impetus of what I do now to promote my tour dates and break records, but I do it all by myself.
That Speedo video?
That Speedo 100%.
Inspired by something that I did?
Inspired 100% by you, by your simple...
Genius.
You have this thing that very few people have where you just go, I want it done, I'm doing it. I'm going to start moving. You guys come with me. My buddy Tony, the guy who's producing my special and my TV show, has a company called Jack's Media. It's huge. They do everything. If you look them up, they did Louie, they did Inside Amy Schumer, Broad City, Samantha Bee. They do everything. Tony is that way. He was on a phone call the other day, and he's like, this is happening. You can either, and he's talking to all my agents and managers, this is happening. You can either come with me while we do this, but don't get in my way. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I've never heard anyone talk to my agents like that.
Yeah.
And then they got inspired. They're like, no, we're making this happen. And I was like, fuck yeah. But that's who you are. And I remember walking in and seeing you had like a lighting panel set up. You had it all. Everything was like you had a set there. And I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing. And then I was like, I got to start doing more stuff like this. I think directly after that, I started doing a vlog just because I was like, Zane was doing it. I should do something. You funded Chug, you shot Chug, you released Chug. Chug was a success. And you learned through that algorithm of the way to work with Kickstarter. You had a lot of people that were fans of yours, and you're like, here we go. All right, now I'm going to do the party jacket.
Right,
the drinking jacket.
Yeah.
And so, which was brand friendly for you. You did the drinking jacket, and it blew up. You didn't expect it to blow up that big.
Right.
And you're like, fuck it. Let's do another one. We're going to do the adventure hoodie, which even was I think the number one clothing item ever sold on Kickstarter ever. Yeah. And that, I mean, but I remember going in and going, I want a team like that. I remember being so jealous. I was like, he can just come in here and be like, guys, today we're doing this, and everyone's doing it.
Is that why you have him? Is that why you have him?
And by the way, Halston was a long time coming. I underutilized Halston, but now he's doing Leanne's doing a podcast, so he's doing Leanne's podcast too.
Pedaling that bike to generate electricity for your podcast.
I know.
That's what I would do, because he's just sitting there.
Yeah, I know.
He's not even pressing any dials. He's just sitting there.
He makes my life so fucking easy.
Sure.
because I don't have to worry about. I used to do this podcast and I'd be like, yeah, 2:00, and then come 2:00, I'd be like, fuck, do I have any empty cards?
Right.
Do I have to? Oh
right.
god, damn it! The fucking the battery isn't charged for the camera, but he made it. He does make my life exponentially easier, but that is who you are, and you had always had awesome offices, and there was always a creative energy there. I remember going to your office one day. I just rode my bike over there, and I don't even think I did any. I don't think we shot anything. I just hung out, but I liked the energy.
Is that the time that something happened?
By the way,
somebody almost threw up. You have a problem with people throwing up?
Yeah.
And someone was laughing so hard they almost threw up, and you almost threw up. It was amazing.
Oh,
I think I still have that video. I need to find it.
But it really is, in essence, it is a lot of the Rogan
therapy. This is great.
Rogan Corolla mentality of fuck it, I want my own pirate ship.
Right.
I'm going to make my own thing. I mean, what Joe's doing right now is so inspiring that I have to measure it because I go, hold on, don't like you got to be on your own path. But I look at I'm wanting to put an infrared spa in. I would have never heard about fucking infrared spas if Joe hadn't talked about them.
Yeah.
It's like you get to a point with Joe where you just watch the way he's living his life, and he's got this huge fucking studio that he's doing everything out of, and he's going to become a media this is going to sound silly, but an Oprah for dudes who like to be dudes.
Yeah.
And so, but you were doing it. I mean, you started it when Corolla started it, and Joe had the same setup. But I mean, and so I'm always fascinated in what you're working on. So I was dying to, because I saw, what did I see? Oh, and you also took vlogging, and that's one of the nicest fucking vlogs. I mean, your Yosemite trip made me want to go to Yosemite and buy white wine.
Good.
It's those things that Travel Channel used to always say, and I think this is where. And by the way, if anyone in Travel Channel is listening, please feel free to tell me to go fuck myself. But here's where they've missed the boat: is they've lost programs that inspire you. They're
right. Everything needs to have. It's funny. They're so they say we were up for some show recently, and they're just my wife and I because of the blogs or the vlogs, and they said but you're not the expert. We want someone who's the expert. Are you guys, if you were a photographer and you had this, if you had this and this and this, I'm I don't know. I've been to 65 countries. I've done X number of shows. I'm as expert of a traveler as you can get, but sorry, I don't have a pet beaver, or I don't know, some weird gimmick or something like that. It's just enjoyable. That's what they missed, right? Is the shows the inspirational shows of show me this amazing trip and people having fun. And so I can basically take a mini vacation for an hour, half an hour, watch it on TV, and just have a break from my crappy life.
Well, I think branding wise, I think I don't even know if. I don't know what's going to happen. I know that Discovery just bought the Scripps.
Yeah.
And so I'm not certain. I'm really out of the loop. I don't talk to anyone. I don't know anyone at Travel Channel anymore.
Really?
I don't know anybody. It's a totally different company.
Were you shooting as of last year?
Yeah, I was last year.
Wow.
I got let out of my contract.
They said you want to let you out, and you're like, well, I don't want to be let out.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we're not.
You can kick me out.
We're not going to renew your contract. And I was like, oh fuck. And I was like, what am I going to do? I've had the best year of my fucking life. I think I was lost at that network. I think that no one that watches that network was ever going to find me and make me their thing. Mm-hmm. No one, Do
you know my 3 sheet story with that?
No.
I told you? It's pretty amazing.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Is this where they acquired?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
So they acquired 3 Sheets was on a channel called Mojo. It went off the air, and then it was sold to Fine Living Network, who aired the 4th season, and then it went off the air, and then Travel Channel acquired it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
So they called me up, Travel Channel. I was on tour for Drinking It Easy at the time, shooting the 1st season of that, and I said, okay, hey, 3 Sheets, Drinking It Easy, great, but 3 Sheets, come on, let's keep that bow going. So I said, what can I do to help? Nothing. I go, well, I have a publicist that was on staff during my Drinking It Easy, and I said, she's, we do things, so we're on tour, we have a big fan base, and what can we do? Nothing. We got it. Okay, great. And so we were talking about it. We're like, okay, well, they I don't know. I don't remember how they said it. It was pretty simple like that. It was quick, but it was the head of the network, and so we were talking. And we're like, hey, my buddy owns Maui Brewing Company. And why don't I say to the fans, hey, let's thank Travel Channel by buying them beer. I didn't know how many people were going to do it.
Oh.
I don't care if it's a case. It didn't matter. So put it on social media, and I hadn't done anything like Kickstarters or anything like that. So this was an activation people were happy to take part in. I did a big Save 3 Sheets rally when the network went off the air before it turned to Fine Living Network, where I realized that there were a lot of fans that just want to get involved, do anything, have fun, be part of something, right? Something fun, something great. And so we ended up doing it where you can either buy a beer, a six-pack, or a case, right? And we sold like, you know what a pallet of beer looks like?
I do because I walked in the waiting room at Travel Channel during this time.
Stop it.
I swear to God. And there were pallets upon pallets upon pallets of beer. And I went, what the fuck is this? And they're like, Zane Lamprey.
And they were annoyed at me.
And I go, what? And they're like, his fans just keep sending us beer. I mean, we have nowhere to put it. And I was like, are you serious? And they're like, yeah.
Like that's a problem?
I was like, hey, can I take a 12-pack off your hands? And they're like, yeah. I took it over to my hotel and drank one.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, I can't believe I didn't tell you this. I remember that, and I remember saying, well, that's a great show. Are you going to do more of them? And they're like, we have 5 seasons of them.
Right.
We can just air all 5 seasons.
Right, but it was like, but then the fans had already seen him, and if you really wanted to activate them, you just needed to make 6 more or something to get them excited, and it would have exploded. But instead they just ran 6 old ones.
The thing that president at the time is that Mona?
Mona.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing that president at the time, her name was Laureen. She did not like me a ton initially. I think we found our way together. At least by the time she stopped working at Travel Channel. But she was right, and she was very accurate in her assessment of what a lifestyle network should be doing, and her assessment was a lifestyle network. And I think this is where Travel Channel's kind of veered a little bit because they don't really inspire anymore. You know, I mean, but it should inspire you to want to live a better life. Like it should inspire you to want to accentuate your life. You know, like look at someone like Casey Neistat, who quite honestly, I've picked apart at times. I've ridiculed a little bit, but I like him.
Have you met him?
No, I've never met him.
He's a dick.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a dick.
Fuck.
I know. He's anyway, continue. Is that wreck it for you?
No, I kind of saw he was a dick.
It's like people like to like dicks, like Simon Cowell and all this kind of stuff. But we were he was repped at WME, and my agents were talking about him, like, and I'd seen his stuff. I'm like, oh, that's great. He's in town. Maybe I'll see if I can take you guys up for lunch. So we reached out, and they said, pass. Like that, pass. I'm like, okay, pass. Okay, whatever. And then I was in, this buddy of mine owns, here, I'm going to show you this sometime. In North Hollywood, it's called North Hollywood Air. And it's airplanes.
I know this guy. I know he was good friends with Ahmed too.
Talat.
Yeah.
And so
God, I know that fucking guy.
And so,
by the way, my buddy Tony that I was telling you about was shooting out there.
Yeah.
And they're bodied airplanes.
Yes.
They're bodied airplanes that you can shoot TV shows in.
So I had just gotten no, we can't do it. So I called Talat, hey, can I come over and shoot? He's like, yeah, come on over. So I had my dog, my giant Irish wolfhound, and we went over there, and he's like, let me show you, pick out one of the planes. Awesome, dude. Thank you. So we walk onto this plane. Okay, this is 2 days after I gotten the pass from Casey Neistat or his agent or whatever it is. He'd love to, but he's too busy. No, pass. And so walk on this plane. We're standing there. He's like, oh, can someone turn the lights on? So we're sitting in this plane, right? Turns the light on. Who's sitting in the front seat when the light comes on? Casey Neistat by himself. Like, what the fuck? What is going on? And I was like, I was gonna say something like, "Oh, hey, I'm Zane Lamprey. I just wanted to meet you this week, but apparently you were too busy to meet me." And I was like, "Whatever." But Talat was there, and I didn't want to look like a dweeb to him, so I just didn't say anything. And
what was he doing in the front seat?
He was waiting for someone else to turn the light on. So he's like puts his camera on a chair, like a back of a chair, and it was about to fall over. And so both Talat and I both went for it to save it. He's like, guys, I got it. And just like kind of shoot us out of the way. And he was like shooting something. And all the guys, all the podcasters came on, whatever, because they were shooting something there. But I was like, wow, I can't believe He was just
So
so.
was he faking a plane shot?
They were like doing something because like they were shooting something in there's a fake terminal next door, and they were shooting some sort of YouTube movie or something like that. But everyone else was really nice. Even that guy who got in trouble for that Japanese thing, the hanging thing.
Logan Paul.
Yeah. He was there. He was super cool. But yeah, nice that was just, they're in his sunglasses and just, I don't know. Just, I guess maybe it's his thing to be.
Well, I hate to compliment him now, but
he's doing good stuff. He's just not nice. I don't, maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know, whatever. But he wasn't nice to me.
What I will say is that there are things about Casey that inspire you when you watch. You get inspired, and you go, "Fuck, man, I want to go."
Right.
Like I want to. I want to travel.
You just have to do it or something. You just have to commit to it, which is not an easy thing, especially when you have responsibilities, family, and all that kind of stuff. So
and I think it's the thing. It's what I love. A DIY network and food and cooking are my favorite. I'm not a big HGTV guy, only because it just does. Like I'm not a design guy. I'm more like a build guy.
I get naked and watch Property Brothers.
Oh, Property Brothers! They just texted me. They're going to. Can
you send them a picture of me naked watching the show?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But like I want to be inspired. I want it's what's amazing is that all the Travel Channel shows are kind of they're more like I don't know, they're real hosty and they're not real like personality driven.
It's funny, but you want to like get mad at the host or something like that. Like I remember for a while there was what the fuck was his name? The guy who had the Booze Traveler.
Jack Maxwell.
And so
he's a great guy.
When that show came on, I was like, this mother, I was like, and everyone was like reaching out to me and emailing me and social media and all that kind of stuff. Like, how dare this guy steal your format, whatever. I mean, to the point where like two of our producers or one of our producers from Three Sheets actually went on that show and they just went to the same places, met the same people and whatever. And I was like, it bugs me because I had pitched them Chug a month before.
Which is technically Booze Traveler.
Yeah, sure.
But what they wanted is they wanted control of it.
You're absolutely right, and they wanted something
they
fresh.
Would never
whatever.
have something. They would never have had control over your show.
So anyway, people were just tagging Jack and like this douche and da da da, and I was like, so I reached out to him, and I say, hey man, like I'm a little sore over what happened, but it's not your fault. It's not like you saw my show and pitched it. You were cast and you're doing the best job you know how, and I respect that. That's what I did. And if I was offered a show that you used to do, like I'd take it because I have to.
Dude.
And so I was like, I went on social media and I wrote something nice about him. He thanked me, and we keep missing each other for grabbing a drink
nice
or whatever.
guy.
So yeah, I was just
I think he lives out here.
He does, yeah, like maybe Venice or something.
Yeah. He's think about the guy from Man vs. Food. They recast Man vs. Food.
Yeah.
And now they're set to do. They will have shot more episodes with the new guy.
Shut up!
Than
really?
they did with Adam.
Wow.
I mean, I talked to Adam right after that happened. That was not pleasant.
I did too.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was talking to him the next day, and I was like, "Hey, man, it's gonna blow over. You just gotta like whatever. I know you're probably in a dark place right now, but it's just let it. It's okay."
Well, he's got a new show that's on cooking called Secret Eats.
Yeah,
that's doing really well.
Yeah, so fine.
I think it's getting better numbers than.
But not only that, he didn't want to do it because he was just having so many problems. He's like,
he didn't want to do it, but he didn't want to do it.
It still hurt.
I don't think he would have done it again.
Yeah,
but I think it was the idea that they did it without him.
Right.
That hurt his feelings. I mean, look. As soon as that happened, I realized very quickly they will reboot Bert the Conqueror if anyone decides. Like, they will just redo the show because it always rated well. It rates better than anything they have right now. And they had to bury it to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because it was just not brand friendly anymore. It was because I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
What year did Bert the Conqueror come out?
It came out when I was 37. I'm 45 now, so almost 8 years ago.
Yeah, so wait. Oh, so right after Three Sheets started.
It was definitely after Three Sheets.
I think we started shooting in 06. You came out in 08?
Probably later than that.
05? Wait.
Sorry. No, probably 09.
09? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, 8 years. Dude, because it's funny they were talking about this because before when your show came out, and I didn't know you personally, I was like, this guy. Oh, so what's his show? His show is what did this pitch sound like? I'm going to go out and I'm going to do awesome stuff. And then the awesomer, the better. And the more fun I have, the better. And then the more I laugh, the better. I'm just like, I was like, you landed the job that everyone was just like clamoring for. And I was like, damn it. And I watched it and I loved it. And I was like, okay, that's good. I love that he's doing it, but I want to do this show so bad.
I wanted 3 sheets. I was like, I saw 3 sheets and I was like, oh my God, that's my show. I was like, and by the way, that's always been my show. That if anyone ever thought like, what would Bert's logical project be? It would be something with booze. 'Cause I'm such a big drinker. I think in retrospect, I'm very lucky that never happened to me because I might already be dead.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky that it was canceled. Maybe because I don't know. I mean, I was drinking.
I did one drinking show for Travel Channel and they hated it, but it was just.
What was it?
It was a pilot. And it was just, or sizzle or whatever. I don't even know what they call it anymore.
I would have murdered you.
All I remember is that day I took a shit
on social media.
It was called 4 Sheets.
I wish it was.
No, I don't.
We've thought about rebooting it, and I called Spike because they hold the rights to it. And when I was doing Chug, I just wanted to do 3 sheets.
Yeah.
I wanted to do 3 sheets, pick back up where I left off. No one was going to do it. I want to do it myself. And so they're like, no, we don't. I'm like, you guys aren't going to do anything with it. So I was like, do I call it 4 sheets? Do I call it To the Wind? Maybe.
Oh, look what happened to Ari. Ari had his This Is Not Happening was his storytelling show, and then Netflix bought his special, and Comedy Central was fucking irate, so they fired him, and they just kept This Is Not Happening. And a show he created, not went in and pissed and sold, a show that was his passion,
right?
Where he would get the comics, he would do it at the improv lab, the lab next door to the improv. He would post on social media. He would sell the tickets. He would go in. He'd talk to the comics. He'd talk to them about their stories. He'd help them work on stories. He'd do it in the belly room at the store, and it was his passion project. And then they shot a sizzle, and it went for the web, and then it went into a TV show. And I mean, he was like, it is his show. And that's why Segura and I backed out when they fired Ari, 'cause we're like, we were supposed to tell stories, and part of us was like, well, I love Roy Wood. I think Roy Wood's great, but I've really felt bad for Ari, and I was like, I can't do that to Ari. And so me and Segura talked, and we were like, we'll just save the material for our hours,
right? And
so we both put our stories on our new hours.
What are you? Is this you're shooting an hour this coming weekend?
Yeah, shooting in 2 weeks
for Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I shouldn't say that, but yeah.
Why shouldn't you say it?
Yeah,
Forget what you just heard.
But yeah, we're shooting at the Truck.
Yeah, I liked your last one. Was
5
awesome.
shows.
Such a good show.
I can't fucking wait. I did 2 shows at the Wilbur.
5 shows wearing the same clothes, and then they just, or what do you do? Well, you say 5 shows.
You only shoot 2, but
I've 2.
I've got 3 warm-up shows.
3 warm-ups, 2 shows wearing the same stuff.
Technically, because I don't really wear anything other than jeans and shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that. I think when I had mine, nothing like yours. Mine was on HDNet. People didn't get that, but like we would shoot a day and a night, and then just sort of. I mean, usually the night is what you use, but just in case they missed an angle, or whatever, you're like, all right, there you go. Wasn't your hair different?
First we were going to shoot 4 shows because that's what like the big stars do. Like Chappelle shot, I think 9 shows in DC.
9 shows to get 1 show?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because
why not?
But he doesn't really. I don't know his process. But if I'm not mistaken,
so it was so good. You watch it?
Yeah, dude. They're all.
I love how it makes you think.
He's the best guy doing stand up right now, without a doubt. Like his joke, and I don't think I've ever been critical of Chappelle. I'm usually critical of people on the podcast, and people will call me out on it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I forget that people are listening to this.
I know, it's funny. I forgot for a second. What's this thing in my... Oh, it's a mic.
Someone told me today, they're like, did you ever get any backlash for that thing you said? And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, my God. What thing have I not said?
And I was like, I don't know. I've shared a lot of material.
Yeah.
But Chappelle's joke of kick her in the pussy... Remember this?
Yeah.
It's my favorite joke.
On this special.
Yeah.
I wanted this. Yeah, I wanted the
opening
2,
joke.
Yeah.
I'm so dope. I have a bowl of punchlines. I'll pull out a punchline and write a joke for it. The other day I pulled one out and said, kick her in the pussy. And then he tells the joke and he goes, so I kicked her in the pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm so dope you didn't even know it was coming.
Yeah. No,
I told you to watch for it.
I remember thinking like, well, and he'll say something like that. You just be like, and then he digs his way out because
He's
it's
dude,
intentional. It's good.
He's
It's
the
great.
best, man.
It's great.
He's the best. But yeah, I think he shot 9 shows in DC.
Wow.
And so they're like, but I think I'm not.
What's that
certain,
DC? What's that place in DC? That big club?
The 930.
9
No,
9 something. 930. 930 club? Yeah.
I think so. 930 Club. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Let me show you this shit.
Yeah, show me what you got.
So this is all the adventure stuff. Take that.
What's this?
So that is what they all turn into.
What?
So that's a pillow. So yeah,
Oh
open
my
it up.
God.
First of all, use it as a pillow.
Yes.
Take a little
I like
breather.
It.
Is that how you do with pillows? Yeah.
I put pillows on my belly all the time.
I can see.
Okay, I like this pillow.
I can see. Yeah, so crack it open, and then that is the parka.
What?
So listen, you walk onto a
What?
plane.
Shut.
You walk onto a
up.
plane with a jacket, and what do? You hang it up. You put it above you. You can roll it up and use it as a pillow, but not unless it's like made as a pillow. So why not walk onto a plane with a jacket? You're not going to wear a jacket on the plane. Why not turn it into something that's like the best pillow ever? So it's like a microfleece pillow. Here, this one's your size. I'm going to send you all this stuff too. So this is the jacket, and it's got like, look at this. This, sometimes they have Velcro when you're zipping down like this,
Yeah.
or whatever. And this is all high, powerful
Dude,
magnets.
the Velcro pisses me off.
The scratches.
Yeah, and then it's hard to unzip because you're like zip, and then you got to stop at the Velcro and break it open
yeah.
with your hand.
Yeah, as this, you just sort of flip it
Oh,
open.
this is fucking. Is this going on Kickstarter? Or are you just
This is
selling
on Kickstarter right now.
This is on Kickstarter right now.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Let me try it on.
You're gonna look so good in that. Damn. And I'm not just saying that.
Oh, this is small.
That would fit. Are you wearing XL because you're Buddha?
Yeah, I'm an XL.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm an American man. These are fucking nice. So
So
this is on Kickstarter
It's on
right
Kickstarter
now?
Right now. Adventure, ADV3. So here's the deal. It's called Adventure. See how there's a 3 in our name?
Yeah.
So with every purchase, so whether it's a T-shirt or a jacket or whatever, we plant 3 trees. So we...
Is yours?
Yeah. So
Where?
we have this company we work with called...
Your backyard's just fucking
Dude,
filled.
you can't even walk back there. I got levels of trees. Monkeys. So this place called Archangel Ancient Tree Archive. And what it is this amazing guy, amazing family. And so they have the rights to go and take cuttings from the biggest trees in the world, the stag tree, General Sherman, all like the biggest trees.
Yeah.
If you've been, I was there last weekend at General Sherman, and it's like the tree is, how big do you think this room is from there to there? Maybe
it's 20 feet. I
20
think.
feet.
Yeah.
Okay. General Sherman is 36 feet wide, not around, wide. It's a tree. That's how wide that tree is.
Holy
And so it's so much bigger than all the trees around them. There's something in their DNA, their genetics that's made them live so much longer. It processes tons and tons, thousands of tons of pollutants and produces oxygen every year. They clean groundwater. And so they are able to clone them so they can start propagating these giants. So he takes champion trees like the biggest oak, the biggest redwood, the biggest sequoia, and the ones that will survive because that's what we need right now because of our,
Yeah.
You don't have to say global warming, whatever it is. You just know, you don't have to be an idiot to not know that there's more pollution in the air right now. And trees produce oxygen. There's half as many trees as there used to be, so we
Yeah.
just need more, and so that's what we're doing.
That's your shirt on right now.
Yeah, it's my tree shirt.
Holy shit! So
Got-
then,
yeah,
what
3
are
trees.
what? Hang on. Where's this Kickstarter? Let me see it.
Adventure.
Oh, hang on one second.
You want?
Oh,
Yeah. So if you go to Kickstarter, it's Adventure. ADV3 NTURE. So the first E is a 3 for the 3 trees we plant, and you're gonna love this one. This is the black camo
oh wow!
waterproof windbreaker.
Oh, that's fucking badass.
So I created that fabric, that pattern, that fabric, waterproof. This is what I've been doing for the last 2 years is like creating.
Oh, I
this
love the
stuff.
zipper.
Waterproof zippers, waterproof taped. See this line down here? See this? Yeah, you can see it. See this?
Yeah.
So that's taped because usually the water comes in through seams. So we tape the seams.
Jesus Christ.
That's reflective. So yeah, it's all on the Kickstarter.
Explore.
You're gonna have all this. Imagine when you travel. Imagine when you take this hoodie and you go on a plane and you turn it into a pillow. So you remember the old one? So this is a new one. It's got like magnets here, so that if this is a snap, but sometimes you just want to get in there really quick.
Yeah.
You just pop it open with a snap. This is the same thing. This is still a beverage koozie. And then this is for your sunglasses. And then everything is just like the same thing. This just the construction of it. Like, we're a real clothing company. Before it was just me. Now we have real, people making stuff. And then this is a fleece.
That's good looking. I like
jacket.
that a lot.
So it's got like reinforced, if you have a backpack, so it doesn't wear out the shoulders and the elbows.
That looks like let me see. I fucking can never work Kickstarter properly.
What do I do with my phone?
Explore. How do I go to search? What are you under? Design?
Fashion, yeah. But if you
Fashion.
just type in, but you can type in adventure. Here, I have it on mine. Web.
Kickstarter is such an interesting fucking company.
Hit web, and then you hit interweb. So here you go.
Scruffs for muffs?
No, that's not mine.
Someone's making scarves for dogs.
Hey, I mean,
I like it.
they think God didn't quite figure that out well enough. God, here's where you messed up.
Does your neck ever get
You
cold?
should have put manes
How
on
do you even
dogs.
know if your dog's neck's
Yeah.
cold? The dog's like, whoa.
The dog's like, I know, it's actually scratchy.
Holy shit.
So yeah, our goal
So
was...
you're funded, huh?
Yeah, we're funded. We
Jesus
funded
Christ,
in
you
the first
funded
day.
quick.
Yeah.
His goal was
50,000.
50,000, and you're at 150,000 right
Yeah.
now, and you still have 23 days to go.
Yeah.
So all you guys who have bought adventure hoodies in the past,
Yeah.
this is going right back.
Yeah.
Plant one tree, inclusion to event.
So yeah, so if someone doesn't want to do the whole thing, $10, and we'll, you get invited to our events and stuff like that. It's so funny. Some guy's like, hey, he goes, you're a sellout. Why don't you just go plant trees? Why don't you just go plant 3 trees? I'm like, no, dude. My goal is not to plant 3 trees. My goal is to plant 3 million trees. And to do that, you need a machine in place.
Why don't you just go plant trees, dickhead?
He goes, if you started Zane and Mel's tree company, I would do it. But now you're just trying to do it to sell jackets. Like, well, hey, you're buying a jacket, we're planting 3 trees. Are you going to really go and do it? Is this guy really going to go plant 3 trees?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Buy a jacket, we'll do it. It's not
So-
it's not free, it's not cheap to do for us.
Adventure base layer.
Yeah.
That's the Voyager hoodie.
Yeah. The Voyager or the fleece
fleece
that I showed you.
The Voyager or the fleece.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first one. That's
Yeah.
$99.
Yeah.
These are actually, I know this because I was just at Nike.
Yeah.
Dropping massive coin.
Yeah.
And these are really good prices for like a fleece.
And tell me the quality
this
of that.
windbreaker right here
Yeah.
is $139.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
Yeah.
That's fucking really worth
That'll
it.
retail, we'll have it $179, $199.
Wow. Any size.
And then the parka. We
why
go up
do
to
I get
3.
excited about that?
And it says 2XL, but we go up to 3XL.
Oh, so Tom Segura could get one.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. John Mahoney, who played the dad on Frasier, just died.
It just popped up on my phone.
Yeah, it just popped up on your phone.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. He was the dad in Say Anything.
That's right. I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
That's right, exactly. I thought it was Max Dugan, but no, you're right. He was the dad there.
Okay, the Glacier Parka which one's that? Glacier Parka is the big one with the fur.
The fleece. Yeah.
That's
This is
$179.
yeah.
That's fucking worth
This is
it.
a beautiful jacket.
God dang, this is awesome. So wait, what was the like how did it go from like
They want the evolution of everything.
what was that? What was the evolution?
So I was on 3 sheets, and I was getting paid $2,500 an episode.
Yeah.
Someone's like, all right. But no, I did 8 episodes in a year, and I was excluded from a contract from doing anything. So I don't know what's the math there.
It's probably less than 20 grand.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hollywood. Hollywood's been rough, man. But I was basically realized that I was at a Baja Fresh up on Cahuenga, and I was in line. The guy goes, "Are you Zane Lamprey?" And I was like, "Oh, he must know me from a friend." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh my god, my buddies and I, first time anyone's ever, my buddies and I get together. We watch 3 sheets. We love it. It's our favorite show ever. It's the first time it had just come out.
Yeah.
A few episodes. The first time I'd ever heard anybody say anything about it. And then it started happening, and I was like, man, people really like it. And my social media, my MySpace was blowing up.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, why don't I just make some T-shirts? So just create some T-shirts that people, whatever, that have the whatever on it. And we had a monkey.
Grab that mic. Make sure you're talking.
We had the monkey that we would hide in the episode, and
Plebius?
it was Pleplius, and it was a Beanie Baby.
Yeah.
and I was talking to Ty, like I was talking to the CEO of Beanie Baby, and they were going to let me do it, and then they'd sold and whatever, and they weren't going to do it. So then I had this monkey. I couldn't put a monkey on a shirt, so I made him the silhouette of the Beanie Baby. So that was my new monkey. And then I had those T-shirts, and those started selling like crazy. I mean, thousands and thousands of them. And then I was like, I started selling sweatshirts.
Yeah.
I remember talking to the guy making my sweatshirt. I'm like, can we put little gloves in there and like a bottle opener? He's like, you can do anything you want. I go, whoa. So then my mind started going, and then I created the drinking jacket.
Yeah.
And then realized, like, I mean, the drinking jacket is kind of a joke. It's not really meant for drinking. Yeah, sure, for tailgating, but it was supposed to be an everyday thing that just had a bottle opener, zipper, and a koozie for whatever. And so I was like, well, this isn't just for drinking. This is really for everything. So let me just change the name of the brand to Adventure. And back then we couldn't do. We knew we were going to do the tree program, but we didn't have the money or the plan. So just Adventure with the 3, and so did the hoodie, and then that took off, and like we proved that people just want cool clothing.
Did Mark Cuban hit you up after the hoodie?
Mark Cuban hit me up. So remember I said I was doing the 3 sheets, save 3 sheets rallies.
Yeah.
So 3 sheets was on Mojo. Mojo went off the air, and no one was buying it. And I was like, why is no one buying it? I thought people love 3 sheets. So I had a Save 3 Sheets rally, and in LA I had 700 people join me at the what's that one they just redid? The Century City Mall.
Oh, did they fix that up?
Yeah, it's huge. Even bigger.
Oh, wow.
And so we met at the Pink Taco, and then we had a few drinks, and then we marched through Beverly Hills, past whatever agencies, and just like allowed 700 people saving
UTA.
Save 3 sheets
Past
through that building, that CAA that had the new building in Century, through there. The security kicked us out, but 700 people was kind of scary. And then the next 2 days later, I went to New York, had 1,000 people. We couldn't even fit in the bar that we were meeting at, this Irish pub. So we marched past Spike and all, like, everyone travel and every Food Network, everyone's headquarters, and they were sticking their head out the windows, save 3 sheets. And then we go to the final place, which was this Irish pub. It was like 3 stories, and I was at the top. My buddy, Jim the cop, he comes up. He's like, Mark Cuban's downstairs. He wants to talk to you. I'm like, Mark Cuban's not downstairs. But I'll go downstairs to show you that this asshole who says he's Mark Cuban isn't Mark Cuban. I walk down. Hey, where's this? Hey, Mark. He's like, I want to buy the show. I'm like, why can't you? He's like, because they're packaging it with 5 other shows. I just want 3 sheets. I don't want the other, there's 4 other shows
the
on the
2 poker
network.
Players that were gambling
That's right.
against each other.
And then another guy who would like go and like try to pick up girls and different whatever. Like, I just want 3 sheets. I don't want all these. And they want million or 2 million or whatever it is. And I just want 3 sheets. So I was like, all right, well, I'll see what I can do. And I make some phone calls. Nope, they're not going to do anything. So as soon as my contract expired that day, then I picked up the phone and called Mark. He gave me his information. I said, how about we do a domestic version called, he's like, Drink and Made Easy. He's like, all right, how much an episode? I was like, I don't know. He wanted me to come up with a number.
How much episodes you like?
I lowballed myself so bad.
It's got to be more than 2,500.
Yeah. Barely.
2,700.
2,700. Sold. I'm like, oh, damn it. So that was it. So then I worked with Mark for a few years, and then he changed his channel from a guy's channel into a live music channel, and then A&E and Live Nation, whatever, they all sort of, and Ryan Seacrest, I guess, was in there, and so it didn't really have a place over there. But I still have a good relationship with him, and we've gone out and gotten drunk a few times, which is cool. He's just a normal guy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. That was before all that Shark Tank stuff and everything whatever.
Yeah.
But So that's sort of.
So all the merchandise you were doing before kind of bled.
So when I said, hey.
Why the fuck am I not?
I said,
doing
I'll do Drink and Made Easy, and I broke even on that. I probably lost a little bit of money making 3 seasons of Drink and Made Easy, but I kept all the merch.
And you were touring during.
And I was touring during it, and so I sold tons and tons. I had like a bottle opener hat with a bottle opener. I was selling 25 a day. Really? Online, just of that silly hat.
Yeah.
And so that ended up working out, and then it was basically when that show went away.
What was the board game you had that failed?
Don't go there.
What was the board
don't
game
even
you
go there.
had that
I'm
failed?
gonna send you a carton, no, a pallet of those. I had my drinking games, and you're like, how many you got? And I was like, I don't know, like 10,000. I had bought these drinking games, which were amazing. and they arrive the same day as they get the call that the show is canceled. So I was like, what am I going to do with all these drinking games? I can't even feature if I featured them on the show, it would have been great, but I didn't even have a chance to feature them on the show. So I still got some.
So wait, why am I not doing that with my merch? Like right now, my merch is.
I see your stuff. Yeah,
it's very simple.
Some of your stuff is cool. I have a shirt. I meant to bring it. It's like a black on black shirt because I saw one that you did. I had a 9 Inch Nails one back in the day, and then I saw yours, and I was like, no, you know what? The place I'm having my shirts made up, they have your shirts there downtown.
Wait.
I don't know what it's called. I forgot the name of it. So I get my shirts and then I get them printed downtown because they're really good at printing. But it's like, I don't know what it's called. Something printing.
I don't know.
They have your shirt as an example of what to do.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Segura's got a good lineup of what he does. Like he's got a really good streamline. Like he will. I think they find a lot of their stuff online. Like they'll watch stuff and then they'll make fun of it on their show, like in a kind of an Tosh .0 way. They have like inside jokes between each other.
Yeah.
But like, and then he'll just print up 1,000 shirts, sell 1,000 shirts, and they're done.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
But
no one wanted to buy a shirt that said Zane on it, and I didn't have the rights to make 3 sheets, and so I just came up with this monkey and funny sayings and stuff like that, and that's why it worked. I couldn't have ever put Zane on a shirt, whatever. So when you had like the machine, I was like, that's it. That's going to work. You had a vodka thing going for a minute. Yeah.
That's been a fucking pain in my ass.
Yeah. I got a bunch of pains in my ass too.
Yeah. Well, you've always
not everything works out, but that you don't post that.
I've got your rum. I've got your rum. It must be down underneath. What is it? Monkey rum?
Oh, you put the good stuff in the cupboard?
No, the Super Bowl was yesterday, so that's all what everyone was drinking.
Oh, got it.
That's just everything that was out. But yeah, I got your rum down in the cupboard, and but that's like so do you think you'll stay just in the apparel line?
I like what I'm doing, and I justify it in my brain by saying like, can you have your entertainment career and your your apparel at the same time? And so like it's been proven by many people that you can do it, and I love it. And for me, like my passion was the traveling part. Oh, I love traveling. My passion is exploring. My traveling is going to national parks and getting lost and finding nature, or whether it's going to Bora Bora or South Africa or Russia or whatever it is. Like that, to me, that was it. The drinking was something I liked to do, but it wasn't my passion.
Yeah.
So I got known as the drinking guy who traveled, whereas I'm the travel guy who likes to have a drink for sure.
Yeah.
And so this just makes sense. This brand makes sense to me. I love apparel. I give a shit about the environment. You got to be careful with that. You can't do certain things like are downers if it's like a animal thing or whatever it is. But like, hey, you can't get mad at a fucking tree. Like, look at this place. You're in trees, and so it's like in trees out there. And doesn't that tree, like I'm staring at the tree, doesn't that tree make you happy? Your orange tree.
I love that orange tree. I love that orange.
So you can't. So no one's gonna get mad at a tree. If I say I'm gonna plant 3 trees, how can? That's not. I'm not rubbing things in your face. I'm not saying global warming. I'm not talking about anything political. I'm just saying, hey man, there used to be some trees there. Let's go plant some trees. That's it. We're using a lot of trees for good stuff. Let's just go plant some trees.
When we bought this house, Leanne went through and cut down every fucking tree, and it drove me nuts.
Because she's mean.
You
knew that.
I was like, "Why are you doing this?" And she's like, "We gotta open it up. You gotta open it up. Too many trees. And she just went through and then the one that she kept was poisonous. It was one of those. It's the devil's kiss tree or whatever.
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, they're all over the valley. They're poisonous. And
poisonous to what?
To everyone. You die.
But if you do what to it? Eat it?
Eat it. The bloom. It's
on the way out. Show me.
It looks like a trumpet. It's an upside down trumpet.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're all over the place. We had one in our backyard, and that was the one she left. And then they came in. They're like, "Get rid of this fucking tree." And then we left. Yeah, she went through and just annihilated trees in our backyard.
That's such an impressive orange tree.
That's a great orange tree.
So solid. You don't. That's huge.
Yeah,
do you get through those? You pick them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm gonna take a bushel with me on my way out.
Please. It's better than the rats eating them. That's what happens.
That's awesome.
Rats get in the trees and then just fucking eat the squirrels will get and eat the inside out and drop the fucking orange.
Awesome.
Yeah. What more products do you do? What I'm trying to think, what product I would make. Like if I was going to make a product to sell at my shows, like make a high-end product.
You know what? The thing is like it just has to be something that you are passionate about. Otherwise,
Flip-flops.
because it's so, yeah.
Flip-flops.
Yes, sir.
I love flip-flops.
But what can you do? They had those reefs with the bottle openers in them.
Those were disgusting.
They were disgusting.
Yeah, how are you ever going to fucking
put a bottle where you step on shit?
Yeah,
yeah.
You've been
it's
walking.
really bad.
That was the dumbest fucking idea ever.
I know.
Oh yeah, I've been walking around Mexico all day. Now let's open my beer with a taste of Mexico.
There was literally a maggot. I had to flick it away to open up your beer, but don't worry, I got you, brother.
Oh, I'd make flip flops. Right now the best flip flops in the game.
Yeah.
Is this company Free Water.
Okay.
Free Water flip flops. I'll give a shout out. The flip flops.
Do you know them?
Whoa.
They should send you some free flip flops. Or do they?
Do you know what? I reached out to them
Listen, here's the deal. Reach out to Bert. Talk to him about flip flops, or he's gonna go make some flip flops.
Let me tell you the exact ones to get. I got to go on my Amazon because I have 5 pairs of them. They're not very expensive. I have 5 pairs so that but what I had 1 pair and then I was afraid I lost them.
You don't like Javianas?
No. Those are the nicer ones?
No, those are the thin, cheapy ones, the Brazilian ones.
Oh, no. With the rubber?
Yeah.
Those freak me out. I can't do rubber.
Okay.
The best ones we got when we were kids were the ones from Key West. The ones that they make out of tires.
Float. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm getting dumb as fuck the older I get.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I can't do anything, and I always am like, what's the word?
Are you older than me?
I'm 25.
Yeah, me too. What month were you born?
November.
Oh, I'm older than you.
For real?
Yeah, 72.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When were you born?
April 72.
Fucking shit.
I'm older. I'm 6 months ahead of you. I got shit falling off me that is gonna happen to you in 6 months.
Really? Is shitting blood one of them? My buddy's shitting aggressive blood these days.
That's probably not good.
Search all orders. Look, these flip-flops are so fucking great. Oh, shit. Fucking Amazon.
Amazon is rough. You can't... Think about when I ship these jackets and people expect free shipping. You know, shipping for these jackets can be like anywhere in the U.S. from like $12 to $18. But people just expect it for free because Amazon is just free.
Amazon.
So do we. I mean, I do the same thing. If I have to pay for shipping, I'm like, whatever. So now you have to integrate shipping into it. So by the way, people who get it on Kickstarter, it includes shipping.
These are the flip-flops I have.
You got a lot of fans around the world, or are they mostly U.S. people?
Mostly the world. I'm really big in the world.
I heard you're big in the world and Australia.
Australia?
Yeah.
No, anywhere they speak English.
World plus Australia.
Free Water men's
see.
Dylan flip-flops.
Let me see it.
Here, hold on.
I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know in 2 seconds.
These are the best flip-flops ever fucking made.
Oh, they're leather.
Oh, yeah. And they're soft leather. I'm almost certain I'd have a pair floating around in
These
here.
are like, you can wear these to $15. You kidding me?
Is that all?
Yeah.
I'll buy another fucking pair right now.
I'll buy. Get a pair for me. Are you a 7?
No, that's not.
It
No.
came up 7 wide. Can you imagine?
But right now, there's a guy listening going, I'm a 7. What's the fuck wrong with a 7?
I had this guy that...
Yeah, $15 on Amazon Prime, and they'll be here tomorrow. Isn't that crazy?
You have a monkey? You have something besides a cat?
No, we have a cat.
You just have one cat?
One cat.
Okay.
Men's Dylan free water flip-flops. They are so goddamn comfortable. They're the best. I'd make flip-flops.
Okay?
Maybe this is what I'll do. Maybe I'll buy I'll go down to Mexico and I'll employ some day laborers.
Here come the good ideas. They're going to start like that.
I'll go down to Mexico and I'll
Talk to me. I'm going to set the whole thing up. I'll just point you in the right direction and you're done.
I don't know what I want to do. I mean, it would be weird if I sold flip-flops at my shows.
Why? Everyone needs flip-flops.
I wonder if I could buy these for $15. Buy
No, I'm gonna set you up. I know somebody who has a flip-flop factory.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And I can just tell them what I want, my flip-flops?
Yep, and then you just customize. And you know what it is?
Kinos are the ones in Key West.
Maybe your face is on it, or they're just called the machine. There's something to them.
I
and
want
people could step on your face. I wouldn't mind that.
I love when you find something good and you can get behind it. I'm behind this app called Aptiv.
Okay.
It's treadmill running. And it's actually full
I saw
workout.
you posted
I post about it all the time. It's so fucking great. All the thinking you do when you run, when you go, all right, I'm going to run 4 miles, all the thinking that goes like, fuck, this is going to take forever. It's cut out because you have this woman in your ear just going, okay, we're going to kick it up to a 7, drop down to a 6. Kick it up to a 7 for 30 seconds. You can do anything for 30 seconds.
You showed my wife and I this app that the faster you run, the faster the music gets. If you slow down, it slows down.
Another great. It's called Trail Mix. Trail Mix is the best app because it speeds up the tempo of the music to your pacing with your jog.
Yeah.
So if you
start
put it on a
slacking
7,
off,
yeah. Show day, go, show day,
why do you have all this
bam.
athletic equipment in here? To like hang your shirts and stuff?
Yeah. I'm a lifestyle brand.
When's the last time you?
I'm a lifestyle brand.
When's the last time you were on these things?
I run every day. I have another treadmill. I gotta fucking get that set up. I have another treadmill in my.
And that's a spin bike? That looks
Spin
like
bike,
that looks
and
like a nice. That looks like an expensive piece of
It's a
equipment.
very expensive spin bike. I got that when I blew out my plantar fasciitis.
Oh, I did the
popped
same
it,
thing. What were you doing?
Playing flag football.
I was playing football against these little kids.
I was playing against a bunch of CrossFitters, and they were under the impression that they were great athletes because they were in shape.
Okay.
And there's a big difference between a great athlete and someone who's in shape.
Yeah.
And
It's nice if you have the two.
it's great if you have the two.
Yeah.
But most often, by the way, I apologize if you're a CrossFitter. Most often, if you're into CrossFit, you are not a good athlete. You never were a good athlete. You just simply can get in better shape. You want to be in better shape.
Okay.
And so I went out, and I'm fucking 230 at the time, probably maybe 240.
What are you now?
220,
You
224.
look fantastic.
I'm in great shape. I'm in really, really great shape.
Yeah.
And so,
It's like a pair.
These guys, they're like,
When you say shape. Oh, I didn't understand what you meant. I thought we were talking about different shapes. I apologize.
so we go out to play, and my buddy Lorenzo's a pretty good athlete, but he's in bad shape. And we're playing, and the guy who's like, I'll be quarterback. He's obviously the best guy at CrossFit, but he can't throw a ball. He literally throws a football like a girl. I hate to say that because I know there's some really great girls
Some
who
girls-
throw
some girls
balls,
can throw, but most of them can't.
typical girl
Most
who's
of them
never
can't,
thrown a
yeah.
football. He throws it like a communist. You know, communists don't throw footballs very
It's
often.
somebody who's never picked it up and doesn't understand the principles behind it. Understood.
He throws a football much like a ISIS terrorist trying to throw a football.
Yeah.
And so
Almost exactly.
exactly. And I said to him, I go, hey buddy, I got an idea. Because you got to stroke his ego because he's a CrossFitter.
Okay.
I got an idea. Why don't you take the hike, and then pitch lateral to me. I'll look like I'm going to run, and you go deep, and I will meet you in the end zone with the ball.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're playing on a football field lengthwise, not the full length,
Yeah,
but
widthwise. Yeah.
And he's like, okay. So he flips it to me. I go to run. I stop. I drop back. I see him, and perfect spiral all the way to the end zone, right in his arms. He's like, bro, I'm going to pitch it to you every time. I go, I got a better idea. Why don't I be quarterback, and I'll throw it? And then that way you can just run.
He didn't say I'm going to pitch it to you every time.
I was like, yeah, that's how fucking little of an athlete this guy was.
You worked it.
I'll pitch it to you every
your
time.
psychology on it.
I go, I got a better idea. Why don't I have the center pitch it to me, and then you can just run.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, playing flag. And so anyway, one of the plays, I go out for he's quarterback again, and I go out for a run, and I feel it pop, and it hurt.
You went for a run.
I went for a run,
yeah.
and I juked.
Yep.
And for some reason, it just popped my plantar fasciitis. I could not use my foot.
Yep.
I couldn't use it.
When did this happen?
It's the reason I gained weight, to be dead honest with you, is because I couldn't work out anymore. So I bought that spin bike.
What was the reason before that? Sorry.
Impulse.
Zane, you're not being very nice.
I've been very impulsive
Self-control.
eating
I have self-control issues. But I'm just wondering because mine was last summer.
Yeah.
And I went back to Syracuse, where I'm from, and I went back there to take to DLA for a bit, which is awesome.
Yeah.
There's just people don't care about stuff, whatever. I just went back there. I'm just gonna go to the gym twice a day, eat right, just be with my mom, my family, and just whatever.
Yeah.
And I can still do my work because you can work wherever. And first day, I go to the Y. They just built this beautiful Y with a beautiful gym, and there's these high school kids, maybe they just finished up, or because I don't think they were out of school yet, but maybe it was 2 or 3 and they finished up, and they're all there playing, or I was playing one-on-one with this kid, and then they come and we're playing full court. I'm like, okay, guys, so they're just being real dicky. And so all of a sudden we're playing full court, and there's like, I'm on one of the teams, but they didn't know me. Never passed me the ball. So finally, at one time, I steal it, and I'm like, take off to this other end of the court. And I used to play basketball all the time, and I had some good hops. You know, I could put it up there, dunk it. I did it once, but I knew I could just get up there, nice, float in, and just boom, lay it off the glass. So I just went for that move and then by the way, when I was doing that, I was probably weighed like 175, 180. Now maybe I'm 200. So it's a little older cartilage and more to lift. So I just jump up, boom, go up there, and just as I did it, somebody kicked me under my foot. I landed, and there was no one there. They just saw me take off, and I was running against no one. And so I turned around, and I was just like, I was like, that kick in my foot was the thing, the band snapping. And so I just like threw the ball against the bleachers and just walked out. Just because, like, really, this is the beginning of my sunburn. This is what I did. I don't know what I did. I thought I popped my Achilles. And I just seen pictures of Kobe's surgery.
Yeah.
I thought, there goes my whole summer and probably the next 6 months. So I go to my friend's dad, who's, I grew up there. He's a doctor. He's like, you just tore your plantar fasciitis, whatever. And I was like, what does it mean? He's like, it just, you don't really need it or something, right? But I couldn't walk on it. I'd have crutches or something for like 2 weeks or something.
Dude, I popped it. I couldn't use my foot.
Yeah.
At all.
You couldn't put pressure on it.
I couldn't put any pressure on it.
Couldn't move it anyway.
I couldn't move it.
Yeah.
And what happened is I went to a Rolfer, and this Rolfer went in and broke up the fascia. Oh. Dude, it was the most painful thing I've ever felt in my entire life.
Then, like, what day? Like the next day?
No, this is probably a week later.
Worse, because now it's sore and it's like
sore.
inflamed.
And he just went in and he dug it out, and I could start walk. I started walking again after he did that.
Wow.
And then I had to, that next week I had to go hunt a pig in Hawaii. And so I was walking with this foot that I was in so much fucking pain.
Like you could almost fake it, but it hurt too.
This is how bad it was when I got back from the pig hunt.
Yeah.
We'd have ice in the
Were
van.
You in the big island?
Kauai.
Oh wow.
And so I'd put ice on the floorboard.
Yeah.
And I just soaked my foot in ice.
Yeah.
For every second I wasn't using it.
Yeah.
And when we were shooting something at another hotel. It was just one hotel down.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, Bert, your call time's this. We'll meet you down there then." I couldn't walk from one hotel to the other.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to take me forever. And I literally had to baby step it. It took me maybe 15 minutes to get from one hotel to the other. It was so bad. The most painful thing I think I've ever gone through. I take that back. Falling on my back was the hardest thing.
And it's just defeating because you just know it's something that happens when you get to a certain age.
Yeah, and
it happened to us both at the same age.
And then thank God I went and then I had real problems because what happened is I started overcompensating with my left foot,
right.
And then I started getting plantar fasciitis on my left foot.
Yep.
And so then both feet were fucked, and then I went to a surgeon, and this is like the fucking dumbest. This is so defeating just to tell this story. I go to a surgeon right by your old office.
Yeah.
On whatever road that was. There was
Riverside. Or something. Yeah.
I go to this orthopedic surgeon. I think that's what he was, and he X-rays both my feet, and he goes, "They look fine." And I said, "Well, they're in so much pain." I go, "Can you operate, or is there anything like? Can you give me shots or anything?" And he just says to me, "How about tying your shoes?" I went, "What?" He goes, "Tie your shoes a little tighter." I said, "Excuse me, is that how you normally wear your shoes?"
Surgeon says that?
And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's why you have this problem." He goes, "You're basically walking around barefoot everywhere because you're not, the support your shoes are giving, you're not using them.
Right.
You're not using them properly." He goes, "Start tying your shoes."
Oh my
I started
God.
tying my
I'm the
shoes
same
and it
way.
went away.
Stop it.
I swear to God.
I don't tie my shoes.
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
I started tying my shoes and it just fucking disappeared. I got inserts also. He sent me this place to get inserts.
Right.
And the inserts felt great. Now I can't wear shoes without inserts. Like I have to wear inserts. By the way, this podcast is brought to you by Old Age.
Right.
Everyone's like, Jesus Christ.
No, here's the deal. Anyone who's over 40 understands what we're talking about. Anyone under is like, what? What do you? That's not going to happen to me, right? Remember
Dude,
that?
right now, my big problem
Used to be made of rubber.
If I sleep on my left side, my back hurts.
That's right.
Like if I sleep on my left side, I'm fucked.
Oh, how about this? I have beautiful hardwood in my house, but I have to wear shoes to walk around because of the plantar fasciitis. Because it hurts to walk barefoot. So I either have to wear flip flops or these little Vans or whatever.
That's the reason I got those free waters. Is they are super comfortable if you have plantar fasciitis. Yeah. So I wore those.
I just have to get them approved by my wife, and if she says they're cool, I'm gonna buy them. But maybe I'll buy your flip flops.
Buy mine. They're $15.
No, I want to buy yours.
Oh yeah.
What are yours? Yours are like $39.
Mine are gonna be made by Guatemalans.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna go to a town. I'm gonna go to a town.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a relationship with that town.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy up some property, and then I'm gonna be like their overlord.
What are you gonna do with the cartel that's already in place?
Probably befriend them.
You've done that before, so that probably would work out for you.
I'll be like,
you have a certain word.
Yo soy la máquina.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh.
Yeah, la máquina
Hey, ¿tú quieres flip-flops? And they're like, oh, sí, claro.
Muchas flip-flops.
¿Quién no quieres flip-flops?
Sí.
And by the way, am I speaking good Spanish right now?
Yeah, it's the best.
Who doesn't want flip-flops?
Yes. El flip-flopos de la máquina.
El flip-flopos de la máquina.
Máquina.
Maybe I'll start a vineyard.
Oh, that took a bit of a turn, didn't it? That went in a different direction.
Yeah, maybe I would always. By
the way, that's a dream of mine. Just live on a vineyard.
Oh,
just make wine.
And by the way, not like
Napa,
not like in a trailer. I want to live in a big castle on a vineyard.
I'm sorry. A mansion on a vineyard.
Let's clarify this.
Yes,
I don't want to just live on a vineyard.
Yeah, sorry.
Like
it's not really the grapes. It's not the grapes that I care about. It's where I live.
And it's telling people, oh, why don't you come to my house at the vineyard?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And I got a fire pit. And it's big.
You have a fire pit in LA?
In my vineyard.
Oh, in your vineyard.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
I
do most of my cooking in mine.
Sometimes one time we ripped down an entire shack just down the street, and we burned it in my fire pit. And I had people over, and we were roasting pigs.
Oh, I would love.
And we had my wine, and I made the special wine, and then we all stomped it. We all got drunk and stomped wine.
See, I need to. I thought I'd achieve more. Like I remember by this age, I'd be like, I'll definitely have a private island.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm with you.
Like when I was
do you give yourself credit for where you are?
No, I'm nowhere because I don't have a fucking boat. Like I definitely thought I'd have a boat.
I'm sorry.
I definitely thought I'd have a boat. I thought I'd have a private island.
Wrapped up. You don't have a boat.
I thought I'd have a compound.
You're saying you don't have a big boat.
I don't have a boat.
You don't have like a 30, 40 footer. You don't have a boat. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
I'm
Beer?
just working on
Hangover. Did you just fart hangover?
I farted hops.
Keep it on that side.
I've been trying. I need my infrared sauna.
I have a podcast.
You probably podcast.
It's called Zanes World. And in every episode, we go to a different city, and so like we were in Edinburgh.
Wait, hold on. Start all over.
Yeah. So I say that in such a way we virtually visit a different city. So it's me, and then my buddy Steve McKenna, who just
is he living out here now?
No, he's in Philly. He just left this morning, and then Erica, who works for Adventure, and Hess, who works for Adventure.
Yeah.
I said, look, to keep the brand going, I want to make this podcast because we are about, it's not just about, hey, like buy our jackets. It's buy it and just be inspired. Like we're talking, like the show is be inspired to go and do more.
Yeah.
Be inspired to like take an adventure. I don't care if the adventure is like you and me going to Koreatown and getting drunk or whatever it is. Like it doesn't have to be like it can be across town. It doesn't be across the world. So in every episode we feature a different city. So whether it's, we've done Edinburgh, London, whatever it is. So I cover the city, only cities that I've been to, but there's enough of them that'll last us for years. And so I talk about the city, and then Steve does the drinks. Like, what do you drink there? Erica does the food, and Hess does the weird and wacky stuff. Then we like start up, we do trivia. We of course get off track and just have fun. But at the end of it, you realize how much you learned about that city. And so if you are, for example, like you've been to every place I've been, but if you're going to Edinburgh, and you want to get inspired or have an idea of what to do, just go listen to the podcast and just, as you're packing.
Or on the plane.
On the plane, yeah, exactly. It's Zanes World, the same as my YouTube, Facebook show. The ones we do little quick episodes of, same thing.
I'm always shocked that those YouTube videos don't have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views.
I probably should. It's difficult. You know what's difficult? It's difficult being 45 years old on YouTube. because it's
a young
world, but we still do fine. Like
Edinburgh, Munich, Yosemite, Budapest, New Orleans, Maui, London, Miami, Amsterdam, Rome, Croatia, Los Angeles.
So each one, we're just getting better and better. We'll have a few drinks. We talk about it, but like we have a through line. You know, so we have a format that we follow that, of course, we just always get off topic. But like at the end of it, you're going to learn so much about it, and you're going to also learn some stuff that people who go there and left, they're just like, I could have done that. I could have gone and had a kilt made on the Royal Mile.
Well, that's the one thing that I used to always try to sell Travel Channel on a podcast and go, we should do a podcast. We should do a podcast with experts in travel.
Yeah.
I'll host it. We should set up a podcasting network for scripts.
Yeah.
I go, it really would accentuate the brand.
Yeah.
And
you can't drive or hike or work out and watch TV. Well, for some of you can, but watch TV. But you can listen to a podcast. And if you're having fun and learning, that's it. So, you know, it needs to be information second, entertainment first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need to have fun while you're doing it. Don't just be this stale guy who's just telling me about stuff. Have fun, tell me weird stuff, and you know whatever. Wait, by the way, sorry. Your farting reminded me that so I have my buddy Steve Collins.
I was wondering what the correlation was.
I have a podcast. What just happened? So my buddy Steve usually calls in from Philly, so we plug him in.
Is
live.
he living in Philly now?
Yeah.
He was in Virginia, right?
He was in Virginia. He was in Park City. He was in Seattle. He's in Orlando. And
I saw a picture of him maybe yesterday.
Okay.
And it reminded me I should probably trim up my beard.
Oh,
he has the most unkempt beard in the world.
He looks like he went for a walk this morning and he came back to my house. I'm like, dude, you look like a homeless person. Zip up your pants, or I don't know. Pull your shit together.
What's he doing? Bartending?
No, he's a construction management guy.
Really?
Very boring. But we flew him out since we're doing the Kickstarter for this month. Yeah. We said, hey, well, let's just fly him out. Let's do 5 or 4 in a row. We did 2 on one day and 2 on the next. Yeah. Have him in the studio. It's a lot more. The energy is all there, and it's a lot more fun. And so he was telling us that. Oh, where's the city? What's the city? It's a city where it was illegal to fart in church. I think it's New York City. New York City, there's a law. It's illegal to fart in church. And I was like, stop. Hold on a second. Has anyone you better know the answer to this. Has anyone ever gotten arrested for it? Because I'm like, you can't do that. He was doing research. You can't do that research and then not go and look up if someone's actually been arrested for it.
That was Sam Brown's show.
Oh, where the weird laws?
Yeah, and she'd go and break them.
And so anyway, that's so good. That's right. And so anyway, it was, the answer is yes. Some guy was, because he wafted it towards, I guess, a guy who was a police officer. Just bad situation. But it's just funny. So I'm like, what? And then I farted. So Steve was there, and Hess and Erica, and myself. My wife was sitting in the room too, and then Erica's husband was sitting there too. And I farted, and apparently Erica and my wife thought it was the worst thing I literally just punched a baby. Like, thought it was the worst thing I could possibly do, farting. And I was dying laughing, and Erica just gave me this look like that. Like, we're all laughing, and all of a sudden it was like, that was really gross. And I think our professional relationship is now at odds. And my wife just looks at me and just shakes her head and like walked out. I'm like, oh my God, it's just a fart. And it was well timed.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you sitting there waiting for? I go, no, I always pretty much have one in the chamber.
I always have
and
one.
I've never done it. But like, if I had one and you said it's illegal to fart and I can fart at that moment to accentuate, to make a point.
I'll tell you what, I secret time.
That's fine.
This morning I ate like shit last night. Mm-hmm. I woke up and I got on the toilet and I was like, oh my God, this is going to blow out of my asshole.
Yeah.
And I started to go shit, and right as I started to shit, I felt a sneeze coming on, and I thought,
wait,
I'm going to hold
Where were you? Where were you? Are you in the bathroom, or are you on your way to the bathroom?
I'm on the toilet.
Oh, you're there already. Okay.
I'm on the toilet, on the squatty potty,
okay.
About to start shitting, and I feel a sneeze coming. I said, I'm going to time it with the sneeze. Yes. I'm going to let the sneeze do it. And I fucking sat there and I went, and just, and I was like, yeah.
Did anyone else hear it?
No, it was just me. But it was so bad. It was so buckshot that I had to scrub the toilet with the brush after immediately.
I get yelled if I don't do that.
One time I was in Japan.
No, it's totally secret.
And I took a shit so bad the guy next to me threw up. I swear to God. And I'm in Japan, so I think he's trying to talk to me. Just, and I was like, excuse me, sir. No toilet paper.
Oh, my God. Oh my
I
god.
did that in Denver too. I took a shit, and I don't know what was going on with my stomach, but man, I've taken a shit that's made me throw up when I'm sick. Like I took a shit one time in Aspen, where I started to shit. I didn't feel good. I started to shit,
That's the altitude.
And it smelled so bad, I threw up in the tub.
I don't think that's possible. You threw up at the smell of your own shit?
I started to shit, and it smelled so bad, I threw up in the tub. And when I threw up in the tub, I call this the immaculate shit, because when I threw up in the tub, I rifled diarrhea all over the walls. Okay, because I'm taking a shit. I go to throw up.
Yeah, you had to sit up.
And I had to sit up and aim, and I rifled diarrhea all over
In a hotel?
in a Airbnb that we had rented.
Oh no!
And so I get in the shower, and I shower off, and I walk out of the bath. I don't even look at it because I'm afraid I'm going to throw up. I walk out of the bathroom. I get in bed. I feel a little better that night, and I get up and I tell my wife. I say, "Hey, listen."
Oh, she was with you.
Yeah, my parents are with me. My
God.
sisters are with me. My kids are with me. I say to my wife, I say, "Hey, there's a problem in that bathroom. I shit all over the walls." And she was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I said, "No." And she goes, "Oh my God." And she goes, "Why? We've all been using that bathroom. Why wouldn't you tell us that there's shit on the walls? No one saw it." And I went,
"Wait, she used it since?"
Yeah. And I was like, "Well, I don't know, but I shit all over the walls." And she walks in and with me, and I can't find it. There's no shit on any of the walls. I don't know if someone cleaned it up. I don't know what happened. My mom cleaned it up, or no shit on any of the walls.
You never asked.
And
you
I just
didn't
was
ask
like,
the group.
I was like, all right, never mind.
Family meeting.
And by the way, I didn't search that good, because maybe it went behind, like maybe it angled behind the toilet or something.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find it. I didn't even fucking. I was like, whatever. I get altitude.
Oh, that's the immaculate shit?
Yeah, that's immaculate shit. I could never find it.
Wow.
I get altitude sickness pretty quickly.
Okay.
I think it's because I drink a lot.
Or not.
I think
It could be one or the other.
Like every time I go to a place, I get altitude sickness the first day.
But what's the altitude? Like 100
feet.
Yeah.
It's just off sea level.
You could, if you are changing the altitude quickly. It's not the alcohol; it's the change in altitude.
No. It's about 7,000. At 7,000 feet, I feel it.
You know what's interesting? This is completely
5,000 feet, I feel it too.
So, do you know your altitude right now?
Yeah.
What is it?
I think it's
6?
700.
700.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah. Tell me my altitude.
I have it on my watch.
You have it on your watch?
Yeah. I'm pretty obsessed with altitude.
Yeah, me too.
This can't be right. It says 3,600 feet. Hang on. By the way. Secret time. I am really obsessed with altitude.
That's a good watch. Yeah.
All you
have to do is say it into your phone. What's my altitude?
No. Hold on. I have a fucking altitude app.
What is my altitude?
It looks like you're at approximately 630 feet.
There you go.
Was I right?
Sure.
Or 3,000.
Or 3,600.
Well, maybe it's just off by 3,000.
Well, it just had the numbers reversed and threw a zero in there in the wrong place.
How do I reset my altimeter?
I used to have that in my car.
What's a barometer?
The air pressure.
It's 11,000 is our barometer.
What?
Oh,
I got to go.
Altitude says 3,600. Barometer.
What do you think the altitude is of Phoenix? You think it's higher or lower than here? You think because it's inland it was higher. Now, by the way, I don't know the answer to that.
Hey Siri, what's the altitude of Phoenix? I'm gonna say 1,000 feet. Ooh, this is a fun game.
I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under of what we are. What did it say?
735 feet. I'm
gonna call mine a win.
What?
I'm gonna call mine a win.
Oh yeah,
because I said less than what we are, but I'm going to call it a win because I think I feel like I got a buffer about 100.
I love when you go to a town and you don't realize you're at altitude, and then all of a sudden you're like, I think I'm having a heart attack, guys. And everyone's like, Flagstaff.
Flagstaff.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, because it's a high desert.
Yep, altitude Flagstaff. I'm going to say 6,300 feet.
What? No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So can I just take the under on that and I'm good?
Nope. You're not going to win.
What do I win? What do I have to do?
Hey Siri, what's the altitude of Flagstaff?
I'm going to say 4,000.
Flagstaff is 6,900.
Damn it.
Fuck, I nailed that.
Damn it.
By the way, I have gotten altitude sickness in Flagstaff, so I'm pretty accurate.
Wow.
I know when I start getting altitude
wait a second.
sickness.
So they call Denver the mile high city, but yet Flagstaff
Flagstaff's
is
much higher. It's 1,000 feet higher. We went to a place just outside of Denver, and the altitude was like, dude, we went heli skiing, I think, at 9,000 feet.
Yeah.
That was like, that really kicked me in the dick.
By the way, that sounds really aggressive. Did you jump out of a helicopter?
Yeah.
With skis?
Really aggressive. No, the helicopter landed on top of the mountain. We got out of the helicopter.
Skis or snowboard?
Snowboard.
Where'd you grow up?
Tampa. So yeah, it comes to me naturally.
I was gonna say.
It was one of the scariest experiences I've ever had because everyone's like, yeah, heli skiing. Yeah, fuck yeah, we'll go heli skiing. So we're like, yeah. And in my head, I'm like, yeah. And so we get there.
Is this for a show or with
for Travel Channel, for Trip Flip. So we get there, and the guy's like, I was at the national championship the night before with Segura. I get on a plane that day. I fly to Zurich, take a car from Zurich to, I think, Interlaken. And in Interlaken, they're like, or I think it was Interlaken, and they're like, all right, so we're going heli skiing. I'm drunk as fuck. And they're like, heli skiing 6 a.m. tomorrow. And I go, hey, do you think we could take like a couple runs before we go? And the guy looks at me and goes, can you ski? I said, yeah. He goes, you'll be fine. I was like, all right.
Is it just, I don't think that's a yes or no question.
Yeah, I know,
It's
yeah.
like, skiing at what level? The level to be dropped off? Is it virgin snow?
Virgin powder. And it's probably, I'm gonna try to be fair. It's probably thigh-high powder.
Yeah.
And so, I mean,
you could never get on top of it?
Never on top.
Okay.
You could.
You're going really fast.
But you had to. It was so. And the guy puts a beacon on me, and he goes, "Oh, okay."
Oh, you have a beacon in case of an avalanche.
I go, "What's the beacon for?" He goes, "That's so we can find the body." And I was like,
hilarious.
I go, "Excuse me?"
Hilarious.
And he's like, "Okay, here's what we do. You got to stay within 5 feet of my." I don't know
So
what
he
accent
was Swedish,
this is.
or?
I don't know what accent.
No,
this
I
is.
don't know. He's from Sweden.
It's a
So wait,
transplant.
it was a Muppet that was bringing you there? I don't
He was a
understand.
chef. Okay.
It was a chef. Hordy pordy pordy.
Hordy pordy.
Okay,
That's
got
what
it.
I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. He goes, stay 5 feet within my tracks, and then don't go to the left or the right of me, and stay with us.
Oh, he's in front of you. He's going with you.
He's going with us.
Oh, all right.
And
But he's
so
any snowboard?
he's skiing.
Okay.
Me and my 2 travelers are snowboarding. One cameraman snowboarding. The sound guy
God.
the sound guy is skiing.
How rough? That's with equipment?
Yeah. Full equipment.
Do you have like GoPros and shit on too?
We all have GoPros, sticks handles.
So you have 2 or you have 1?
I have a GoPro. I think the guy had a GoPro.
Yeah.
Cameraman has a camera.
Like what kind? Wow.
He was a professional snowboarder, so he's really good.
So he's not your normal guy.
No, he is. He just also happened to be a professional snowboarder.
Okay, got it. What's his name? Kurt?
Kendall Welpington.
Oh, the third?
No, he almost lost his foot the next day. So we go.
Is it plantar fasciitis?
And we start going, and I realize I can't. By the way, I still can't really ski and snowboard in powder. I was just snowboarding last weekend.
But you made it?
No, we go, and I start going, and I go, I can't turn right.
Right.
Like I've never snowboarded in powder. That I don't realize that you got to lean back. Like you can't just.
Oh, the opposite of what you would.
The opposite of like snowboarding on ice. What I've done my whole fucking life.
Right, exactly.
And so,
this isn't like Big Bear.
all of a sudden, I'm going and I catch my nose because that's what happens in powder.
Yeah.
So I catch my nose and I go fucking flying face first and disappear in the powder. And as I get in, I go to push myself up, and as I push, my hands go deeper into the powder.
Yeah.
And I am covered, I'm claustrophobic, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is why I have the fucking beacon on.
Right.
They're all in front of me. No one saw me fall. I'm going to fucking be left here until they're like,
Was your fall on camera?
Where's Bert? No one saw me.
Were they shooting from the helicopter too?
They're shooting from the helicopter
great.
too. And they're like, we have 2 helicopters, by the way. So they're shooting from both helicopters.
No, don't show off. But it's fine.
I go in the powder and I go, oh my God,
2?
this is why I have the beacon on. They're going to get to the bottom and go, where's Bert? And they go, well, let's go find his body.
With the beacon.
And I'm just sitting there and I can't move. And I'm like, oh my God. All of a sudden, I feel a hand on my back and he flips
Not
me
the guy.
over.
Was the chef?
It's the guide. He goes, you should see your sound guy. Sound guy, John Sayles, is upside down in the powder, skis kicking in the air, gear everywhere.
Oh no.
Sayles gets up and he looks at me and he goes, get us the fuck out of here now. And I'm like, yeah. I go, fuck this. The two couples we're with, they can't snowboard in it. It's such deep powder. You have to be like a really good snowboarder.
But that seems to me like that's very avalanche-ish.
Very. So we get down. All of a sudden, I'm finally snowboarding a little better, but not great, but just a little better. And I see the guy that is at the bottom. He's like, stop! And I slide and I stop, and the helicopter comes and lands, and there is a fucking cliff off to nowhere right where we stopped. Like a cliff, and the helicopter lands in between us and the cliff, and we get in the helicopter. Me and John Sayles are in there, and we're supposed to go up and do another run because they want to get coverage.
Right.
And John Sayles and I look at each other and we're like, we're ready to go home. And the guy goes, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. Like, it was so fucking scary. And none of us could snowboard to the level that we needed to.
Yeah, right.
And so we go home, and all of a sudden, you see the walkie. They're like, where are you guys going? And I go, don't answer them. Just take us home. I go, tell them that we're going home. We're done. And so we go home, and I was like, that's too dangerous. We're going to get fucking killed up there.
Yeah.
I was like, let's just go to a slope, and we'll cheat it, and we'll get the shots of us, and you can use all the wides you have of us snowboarding, but get all the close-ups, all the coverage at a slope. So we went to some slopes, and by the way, the slopes were scary as fucking shit. And I know I've told this.
This is Austria?
This is Switzerland.
Right. Okay.
Because the slopes, because in Switzerland they're above the tree line in a lot of these places.
Yeah.
There's no trees on the side of these trails.
Right.
It's just straight cliff down.
Yeah.
It's cliff up, cliff down, and a 10-foot catwalk that you get to snowboard on. It was fucking terrifying. Like, it was, Switzerland was like, I was like, these are people that grew up skiing, like, from the day they were born.
Yeah.
They've been on skis. Everyone is a great skier.
Is Interlaken the name of the place you went up to?
I don't know if Interlaken's, I don't remember.
Did you take a train to the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
and you go by this like beautiful village, which is the inspiration.
Exactly.
For the,
yes,
the inspiration
that's right.
For Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Squire or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we were. Did you do the rope swing in Interlaken?
No.
Oh, dude, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever done.
Is it like I did one of those in New Zealand?
I did that one in New Zealand too. The chair of death.
I don't know. It was a bridge that went out that just stopped.
Oh.
Like they built it. It was a bridge that went out into the canyon, and then I
might have to buy my dog scarves.
You should.
Scruffs for muffs.
Go back it right now.
Hold on. What's Interlaken rope swing? This thing is fucking insane.
We get to the top, and there's and this is spring. And there's this guy, and I was shooting my Zanes World videos and stuff, so we shot it there. And there was this guy.
So when you shot those, were you shooting them all by yourself?
Yeah, I had my little camera. And so and then I would get back, and then someone would edit it. And there's this guy at the top.
Who'd you have edit it?
For a while I was working with Pilgrim.
Really?
Productions, whatever.
And you were just going into them and saying, "Hey, can you help me?"
Well, we worked together to create the show. I went out and shot it, and then they did all the post. But I paid for all my travel and all that shit, so it was not.
So they did the post, and then
they did the post. Yeah,
that's fucking great.
Now I have Hess do it. Hess, the guy for Adventure.
For real?
Yeah, he's awesome. So anyway, we get to the top, and then there's a guy, and he's like,
"This is the fucking rope swing."
Someone had just canceled.
This is the rope swing. Here, I'll get it to the part where the.
Someone had just canceled one of those, when you run off the side, what do you call this? I can't think. A hang glider?
Yeah.
And so somebody had canceled, and he's like, do you want to do it? I'll let you do it for half price.
This is it.
Oh my God.
It's fucking intense. It's the most insane thing I've ever done.
You did it?
I did it, yeah. My buddy Kendall,
That's
pro
really
snowboarder.
close. So I did that in New Zealand, and the walls are so far away from you. There's no point of reference. That one goes right through the walls.
Right through the walls. You feel like you're gonna hit the far wall.
Ugh.
Or my buddy Kendall did it and did a flip, and the rope tied around his ankle.
I was wondering if that would ever happen.
And he was hanging by his
shit.
ankle is held all the weight. So
right, because it get caught in the middle of between him and
he
that.
He flipped, and his foot tied into a knot in the rope, and when it caught, it was his foot that was swinging by.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Ooh, that can't be good."
That was a lot of pain.
Dude, that was one of the most gangster reads I've ever done.
Because there was so much pressure on his foot when it was pulling.
Its whole body, his fucking foot held him.
Right.
That was the most gangster read. This couple came out. This is like when I was like really into TV, and I was like, I want to make badass TV.
Okay.
And they were like, not that I ever wasn't into it, but this is when I was like, I was also in control of my own show. Like I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to bring the couple out to this little rock outcrop where they're going to look into the valley and go, wow, I wonder what we're doing here today. And then I'm going to be off by the jump. And I'm going to go, hey, guys, when I met you, I said we were going to do, you guys said you'd be up for anything, right? And they were like, yeah. And I'm going to jump. They won't connect that the ropes. It's odd that you didn't.
Oh, I see. They wouldn't see the rope.
And they just see me jumping off a fucking thing. And they'd be like, what the fuck? And it was the greatest reveal. It was. And then I ended up doing that a couple times, that exact same one. I did it in New Zealand.
Oh, okay. But that takes a lot of balls to just do that jump.
It's so much easier when they're like, you're harnessed in.
Yeah.
My hands are sweating right now.
Yeah.
You're harnessed
I
in,
know.
and you're seeing them walk out, and you got a camera. All right, they're coming out. Bert, here we go. You're gone. Let's go. And so you didn't have to worry about counting it down or anything.
Right. It just happened.
You just did your read and jumped.
Yeah.
Oh, my hands are fucking sweating right now.
I did that swing. And then they go, wasn't that bad, right? I go, no, it wasn't that bad. And I'm like, okay, we're done. And they go, okay, like, would you do it again? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'd do that again. They're like, okay, load it back up. I'm like, and on camera, I'm like, oh, I see what you guys. Like, I meant hypothetically, yes, I would do it again.
Yeah, hypothetically.
So this one was, I just fell backwards. The first one. The other one, they did suspend me by my feet, and then cranked it up. And so they're like, okay, now look up. And when I'm looking up, I'm actually looking down. And as soon as I look down...
You're hanging upside down?
I'm hanging upside down. And as soon as I look at the ground, that's when they let it go. And I was like, I remember all I said was like, I think I said, oh my Lord. Like I've never said that.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my, good heavens. Oh my
Good
Lord.
heavens. Oh, Jiminy Crickets.
Land sakes alive.
Yeah, we did a bunch of those. We did a rope swing in Africa that was fucking... Yeah, and I've always wanted to work this as a bit, but it comes off racist. So it doesn't... The intention is lost on people because I think they think I'm just being funny for racist.
Yeah.
I think. But
Go ahead.
The thing that they couldn't... And you have to do enough of adventure stuff to realize this. You have to really be in the world of adventure.
Yeah.
And so like I have gone skydiving.
Thank you for constantly saying the name of my company.
Don't mention it. You can go back it on Kickstarter, guys. That's adventure with a 3.
3, yes, exactly right.
Old Johnny Appleseed has started a company. And so I was the first person to jump off the stratosphere. I was the first person that paid to jump off the stratosphere. Dudes jumped off way before me a lot. I went skydiving a couple times.
How'd you jump off? With a bungee?
We controlled descent. I've
I've seen it. Yeah.
I've bungee jumped
you
probably fucking 10 times. I don't know. I have bungee jumped a lot.
Yeah.
And so we go to Africa. We do this rope swing, Moses Mabhida Stadium. I think it's in Joburg.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And so we go up. We get up to the top. And the first thing I notice, and this is where I usually lose audiences, is that the guys operating the ride are all black. And I've never been harnessed in by a black guy.
Okay.
It's always the same type. It's a Kiwi, a guy, or an Australian.
Long hair.
Yeah.
Like he rode a skateboard there.
A lot of confidence. A lot of confidence. All right, mate. Here's how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Gonna step into the harness. Gonna pull up your waist. Is it snug, Bert? Okay. Tighten it up. I'm gonna tuck this over here, and then I'm gonna tighten it. I'm gonna have Jeffrey check my work. Jeffrey, come in here. He's like, all right, mate. How you doing? Let me see. You got Doug. Bob's your uncle. Yeah, all right. We're ready to go. Do you feel comfortable? And then the other thing they do is that when you get ready to jump, the Kiwis do the same. All right, arms wide out. I want you to look out the horizon. We're going to count to 3. On count to 3, we're going to jump. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, bungee. All right, didn't go that time. Not a problem. When these black guys did it, and you can see the video. They just jump, and he knees me in the back. I put on my own fucking harness. I go, does anyone want to check my work? And he's like, no, you're good. You're good, right? Yeah, look good. Look good.
Just jump.
I was like, I think this is where I lose him. I go, him and the Wu-Tang Clan start click-clacking because they're talking to himself in Afrikaans. Like,
what, did you try this on stage?
Yeah, I've tried it once. So
where?
Oddly enough, Virginia was where it failed the most. But and then you can see the videos online. They knee me in the back, like so they don't even like. they don't even count it. I go, are we going to count this down? You see me in the video go,
Yeah.
are we going to count this down? And they're like, no, hit, jump. And they knee me.
Didn't even give you a chance to do it on your own.
And it's a very different feeling to be pushed off of something than to jump off of something. But then I realized, because I watched them knee everyone else, they do that so you don't hit your head, so you clear the platform.
Oh my God.
They push you,
Okay.
so that you clear the platform.
Yeah, okay. That's still...
I think I still counted it down. I was like 3, 2, 1, here we go, and I jump. But
You're pissed off and free falling.
but yeah, that African one was one of probably the scariest. And then they had to draw you up to the top.
Oh, yeah.
So they'd stop, and then they'd start rearing you up.
Yeah.
And so at one point, you were
My
climbing
stomach is a little twisty right now.
back onto the ledge that you had been pushed off of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my hands are sweating.
At the end.
You had to climb. You had to pull yourself up like you're getting out of a pool onto the ledge.
And that's the ending.
That's the end of it.
Oh, then when you have to walk down the stairs?
This girl cried.
With your legs shaking?
Shaking hard as fuck. This girl cried so hard and was panicking so bad. And at a certain point, I'm like, yo, this is supposed to be fun for her.
Oh, right.
I was like, I can't make her do this.
Yeah.
And then her boyfriend did it. Like, they were both named Taylor, I think. They're from Buffalo.
I did when I was in Norway, cold month, like January or something like that. We went and we were going to do like this. The hangover cure was the plunge in the fjord.
Yeah.
And so the fjord, it's salt water, right? So it has a tide. And so it was take 3 steps down, and then you were supposed to like just jump in.
Yeah.
The problem, and I was prepared. And by the way, we were naked. I don't know why we didn't need to be actually naked, but we were completely naked.
Was Mel doing this with you?
No, this was for the show. For 3 sheets.
For 3 sheets?
Me and this guy Lars, and so whatever. I'm sitting there naked, and so I took a step down, one more step, and then the third step happened to be just an inch below the water. So that was the first time I got to feel the water. You know what I mean? Like before, it was just water. I can deal. I can jump in and out. It's not that big of a deal. But then when my feet were in it and literally went numb because it was like 30 degrees because it's salt water. It was below zero. And so I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And I turn around. I'm like, I don't think I can. And you can see this in the show. The guy just goes, a foot in my chest and just kicked me. And I remember, the one thing I remember was looking up and then everything just kind of, because I was like, huh? Like the world closing in.
Yeah.
You know, the water closing in. And before I knew it, I was jumped up on the deck and was running into the sauna. Good times, the times we had.
We did that in Michigan with a brother and sister couple. We did a polar plunge, and they just cut a hole in the ice, and you jumped off. You jumped into, it was a lake.
Yeah.
And they just cut a hole in the ice.
How thick was the ice?
Foot probably, like this thick.
Yeah.
And dude, that was fucking.
And you did it.
I did.
You did all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I did everything. The first season I did Trip Flip. They didn't want me to do anything. They were like, just you host it. And I was like, fucking sweet.
Yeah, right.
I was like, you mean just pulling checks?
Yeah, right.
I was like, all I do is show up and go, hey, today you guys are doing this. Go fuck yourselves.
That's going to suck, but I don't have to do it.
And then the second season, they were like, hey, we it would be interesting. Like, I remember second season, they went bungee jumping in, and whatchamacallit, and this girl, Katie and Ryan. God, I can't believe I remember their names.
Right.
Katie and Ryan went to go bungee jumping, and she was so scared, she was crying. And I was so confident that nothing was going to happen to her because I wasn't doing it.
Right.
So I was like, you're going to be fine.
Yeah,
like,
right.
If I had been doing it, I'd be like, yeah, let's get out of this.
You had chances are 50-50.
And so, a chance for 50-50. And she was crying, and then she did it, and it was great. And then just then after that, they were like, I think the show would be better if you were a little more involved.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I remember the first thing they were like, you need to take motorcycle lessons. And then you're going to skydive out of a plane onto a motorcycle, and then you're going to be riding motorcycles through Crow territory. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was fucking terrified.
You did that?
Yeah. Went skydiving, almost threw up. Then bought.
Wait, you did solo? Parachute?
No. Tandem.
You landed on a motorcycle?
No.
Can I tell you my version of that?
Yeah.
You jumped out with like a thin chute. I don't know why it needed to be, and you were wearing leather. And then as soon as you got down, apparently there was a motorcycle that was already traveling at 60 miles an hour. You cut your chute, landed on it, and then you drove through some Indian territory.
That sounds exactly like what I said.
Okay.
We landed at an airfield, and there were motorcycles there.
Okay.
And then we got on the
Period.
motorcycles.
Period.
Yeah, then we got on the
And
motorcycles.
then next chapter, motorcycles.
and then we
my version is
this
way
is
more
the
better.
first time I had driven a motorcycle.
Okay.
I'd taken a class.
What kind? How big were they?
They were. I had a Victory Judge, and we had a Victory.
Oh wow.
Bagger.
Like 1,000 cc's.
Fucking Victory Judge is
Yeah.
a beast. And we land at the airstrip. I've only taken motorcycle class. Okay.
Right.
And so then we get on the motorcycles, and the guy I'm with, Brenton was his name. God damn it. He's like, yo.
Hey, remember earlier you were getting upset at yourself
I
for
know.
forgetting things? It's all coming back.
His wife's name is Allison.
By the way, we have no way of verifying the stuff you're saying, but you seem very confident about it, and you seem happy about it. So
And so we land, and he goes, hey, I've never had the opportunity to drive a motorcycle the fastest and like just open it up.
Oh, right.
And we're on a fucking runway. And he goes, let's just open these up and get to like 130 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And we go down, and I open this thing up just. I am like going 130 miles an hour. Look at this speedometer. I'm going 70.
that's awesome.
I'm like-
and by the way, you're topped out.
I'm topped out. I'm like never going any faster than that. And then what happened is
shit.
we ended up going and we had this great night where we were gonna do. Is it not Patton? Who's the guy who got killed by all the Indians? The general. Custard's last stand.
Custard last stand. Yeah.
I think we got to go to where Custard did his last stand.
Got it.
I think I can't really remember, but that
Was that like
and
South
so what
Dakota or
they
something?
did was and what they did was they had the Indians on horses, bareback, all dressed up in total Indian, like Indianed out.
Okay.
Rush us the way they did Custard, the same way they did Custard. So we sat on 3 horses, and then they rushed us, and they attacked us like they did Custard, and we reenacted it. It's
Okay.
really cool.
That's amazing.
But we had to get there before sunset so we could shoot it.
Right.
And so we're on our motorcycles, and the chief meets us.
Oh wow.
And says,
Hey, wait, sorry, but this whole thing, you getting attacked by Custard's last stand, it started in a plane.
No. This is just another day.
Okay,
Another day.
got it.
And so we're on motorcycles, and the chief meets us, and he says, "Hey, we're running late. Let's go. Follow me."
Yeah.
And the chief starts going 120 miles an hour in his truck, and we are on motorcycles going. No joke. I doubt I was going 120. I don't think I was going 100, but I was definitely going fucking 90.
Yeah.
On a fucking motorcycle, just
On what kind of a road?
a 2-lane highway, and
Yeah.
all I'm thinking is, if a cow walks
Yeah,
out,
exactly
I'm fucking
right.
dead.
Yeah.
And then I call it. I go, I can't do this. I'm fucking terrified. I'm so fucking scared on this motorcycle. So the chief stops. We pull the bikes over. One of our production assistants sits with the bikes, and we get in the car, and we start following the chief. And we're going 120, 130 miles an hour on this road, 2-lane highway, and we fly by a cop, and pulls us over. And he's like, do you have any fucking idea how fast you're going? And we're like, we're so sorry. The chief turns back around, pulls his car up in the highway going the other direction, looks at the cop, and he goes, they're with me. Let's go. And takes off. And the cop goes, sorry, I don't understand you with him. Because we're on Crow territory.
Right.
And so there's no fucking laws. So we got to drive as fast as we went, 130 miles.
That's why he was driving that
Yeah,
fast?
he was like, they're with me. Let's go. Didn't even and he was so rude to the cop.
Yeah. Good
He was-
day.
he was like,
good day, Jim.
yeah, he was like, they're with me. Let's go. And we were like, we're with him. Yeah, that was a pretty cool.
That's a good day.
The trip flip stories. Travel stories are always good, especially when you do adventure shit or drinking stuff.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you on that plane. You were on that plane in South America.
Do you know the story about that?
No.
You ever heard of this guy? Why am I forgetting his name? Caleb. Shit, he had a podcast. Oh, he's gonna kill me. He's a buddy. Anyway, you got all the names. I can't remember my friend's name. Anyway, so I was on this plane, and we had driven. We're in Costa Rica, and we had landed in San Jose, and then gone to the beach, and which was about 5 hours. I didn't want to take a plane. Planes are scary. We're driving, and it's craziness. Like the fact that we survived it, like the ledges, whatever. We crossed a bridge, a bridge.
The roads in Costa Rica are horrific.
The next day, the bridge that we crossed had collapsed and 2 people died. And we were in heavy van. We were on a two-lane highway, or 4, so it was 2 on either side, and we went around a logging truck. And I could see the bridge was just 2 lanes. And my guy was literally racing this truck down a hill just by the skin of our teeth. Got in there, and I was like, you tell that driver if he does that again, when we're pull over, I'm going to punch him in the face. And tell him that. I'm serious. I was livid. So anyway, we get there, and I'm like, I'm not driving back. That's fucking insanity. So we take a flight. So the flight's, whatever. It's propeller plane, whatever. So we get on this plane. And let's just shoot it as a segment. We got the camera guy. Let's just shoot real quick. Whatever. It's just like it's an open. You can see the cockpit. You can see the back of the plane. The middle of the aisle goes all the way. The bus goes all the way back to a seat. Right. Yeah. So we were shooting back, and I'm like, oh, I got a hangover. We're gonna go here. We're on our way to a coffee place. I really do have a hangover. Hopefully, when we get there, the coffee. We'll see how whatever. We went to a coffee place, and so we landed back near San Jose to then get a van and go to the coffee place, and it's some field. And so the producer's like comes up to me, she's like pissed off. I'm like, what? She's like, nah, don't worry about it, whatever. And I was like, what? She's like, I'm just getting releases from everybody, and like there's one guy that won't sign because he's in SAG. I'm like, SAG has nothing to do with our show. We're shooting a travel show. This isn't union, and SAG can't do anything because of whatever. So which guy? She's like, I'm not going to do it because I know you're going to go find him, and just no, it's forget it. It's dumb. Because the guy was just being an asshole. We'll just blur his face out. So I had my podcast, and I was doing it. Caleb, what the fuck is his name? And sorry, I gotta look him up because I'm an idiot.
I only know one Caleb who's an actor.
Caleb Bacon. How can you forget Bacon?
How do I know Caleb Bacon?
He had a podcast for a while.
Okay.
Anyway, so I had a podcast, and they were like, "Oh, bring this guy Caleb on your show." I'm like, "All right." I brought him on when I had my podcast, and I was part of that podcast network. And they were like, and so he's telling me the story. He's like, "Actually, I was on your show," and I was like, "Oh, wait a second. Were you that asshole on the plane in Costa Rica who wouldn't sign the release?" He's like, "I was going through a dark time." I'm like, "You are a fucking asshole. Can you believe it?
That's
the
crazy.
Guy who wouldn't sign the release on the plane in Costa Rica, some randomness, ended up being a guest on my podcast show." And like, I got to just, I'm like, you were a dick. It's amazing. But it was weird how that ship, is that the plane you're talking about? Had to be, I imagine.
Yeah. I got bit by a bat in Costa Rica.
That's fun.
Duh.
Like what kind of a bat?
I don't know. I never saw it. I
flew by you and bit you and
no,
a bite and run?
It was in a bush and it bit me on the leg.
Yeah.
And I was at dinner that night and I started itching my leg and it started bleeding. There was blood on my leg.
Yeah.
And there's blood on my leg, and I started itching my leg and started bleeding again. And the waitress goes, "Oh my God, you got bit by a bat." And I was like, "Huh?"
Because they were like,
it's fang marks.
Yeah.
It's 3 marks. It looks like a triangle.
That's cool. Oh, the bottom, yeah, I got
bottom
it.
teeth and the top 2 teeth. And I went, "Are you serious?" She goes, "Yeah, wow, that's crazy." I was like, "Oh," I go, "What do I do?" So I put it on Twitter, and Doug Stanhope's like, "Oh, just keep drinking." And I was like, yeah. And so we laugh it off. Like, I can't believe I bit by a bat. And then fucking same guy, same cameraman, the one that almost lost his foot, tells me, "Hey man," like he just goes, "I don't know how you're being so comfortable about this. You could die from that." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "You need to go get rabies shots."
Yeah.
I was like, "No." And he goes, "Yeah, dude. Like, he lives in Austin." He was like, "Our friend's dog got bit by a bat in Austin, and they had to quarantine it, but the dog died from rabies, and they had to quarantine their whole family because they interacted with the dog. I mean, they couldn't go out anywhere, and they all had to get the shots." He's like, "You got to get the shots." So I'm like, I talked to our director, Eric. I go, "Yo, maybe I should get some shots." And he was like, "Well, let's see what we can do. We're in the middle of nowhere."
Yeah, right.
So he calls a couple and by the way, I am such an overreactor to everything that everyone in the crew's like, "Oh, Bert's just fucking being a hypochondriac."
Right, yeah.
So we call a few doctors, and they're like, "Yeah, well, I don't know. We don't have any rabies shots here." And then one doctor's like, "Look, we haven't had a case of rabies in 13 years in all of Costa Rica. I think you're gonna be fine." And then I call another doctor, and he's like, "Look, pura vida, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, right.
No one gets rabies."
Yeah.
So I go, "Okay, whatever, not a big deal." So I come back to the States. We're going to Africa in like 2 weeks, or probably more than that, because we had to get inoculations, or whatever, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And the lady says, "Do you want to get a rabies shot?" And I said, "No, I've already been bit by a bat." And her face drops. And she's like, "Excuse me?" I said, "I was bit by a bat like a couple weeks ago." She goes, "Did you get rabies shots?" And I said, "No." And she goes, "There's no fixing that. You just die." And I went, what? She goes, if you have rabies, you won't get the symptoms for like another 8 months, and you'll just die. You'll just die.
Oh, thanks, lady,
And
for ruining the next 7 months of my life.
So I go, okay, I'll just get them rabies shots now. She goes, no, it's too late. You have to get them within 3 days of getting bit.
Well, let's say that I didn't get rabies. I'd like to prevent getting rabies in Africa.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And she goes, oh my God. Like, and she goes, I've never met anyone that's gotten bit by a bat and didn't do anything about it. And I was like, are you sure? And so I lived with the fear of just dying.
Like 7 months.
Because in fucking Costa Rica, they're like, we all get bit by bats. Oh, it was fucking terrifying.
When I went to Africa, I had to get my shots. And so...
Dude, are you talking... Did you take
Did I tell you this story?
Hold on, no. Keep going.
Yeah.
Not Zika. What's the fucking...
A pill?
I took the pills that made me crazy.
There's a lot of animals walking around out there.
Yeah,
You say you only have a cat, but
No,
let's
we have a
keep
cat
talking.
and 2 dogs
Okay.
and 3 chickens.
There's a chicken. Why did you say that?
And no, what's the pill you take so you don't get the thing?
Oh, yeah,
malaria.
Malaria, yeah.
Was that what you're talking about?
No. So I went in and I was like, and they said you need to get these shots, and there was like 11, and I was like, you're kidding me. She's like, no, it's we're going to Africa. We're going to Namibia, South Africa, and Tanzania, and so, or as Trump says, Tanzania, and so we went. I was like, if we're gonna do this, the production company is up in Seattle. I'm like, if we're gonna do this, we gotta shoot me getting this, because let's do a show open of that.
Yeah.
And so we had a local crew just come and like shoot it. And so I went and did it, and they gave me all the shots. Some were combined. So I think there was only 6 needles. Same spot, same arm, same visit.
Yeah.
And so I had these guys that wanted to do a sitcom based off of like 3 Sheets or something like that. So they wanted to meet me, and these guys, Beck and Hart, and they wanted to meet me for dinner. So I was like, yeah, all right, so whatever. So I get home and I take a shower and I go meet them for dinner. And I'm sitting there and I was like, yeah, guys, I gotta reschedule. I don't feel good.
Yep.
I think I need my wife to pick me up, whatever. And I was just like, went home. And on the couch, shakes with the chills of whatever, and sweating, and just like, what the fuck? And they called the doctor, and they're like, well, yeah, but you know, so before you go in for your finishing shots, I'm like, no, they did them all. Yeah, they did all 11 shots. Well, they combined some into 6. They did all 6 shots in the same visit. Well, okay, how's your other arm? No, same arm. What? No, what? Whatever. Yeah. And literally, no, they did that all wrong.
They do it on both arms.
Yeah, you're supposed to be spread out over like 2 different visits, 2 arms, all this kind of stuff. Everything one day, 1 arm. And I was literally having like a mini whatever you could catch there, smallpox. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Just like having this
I got my shots both
horrible.
arms, and then went home and got sick and was like, I don't feel good. And I called them and they're like, oh yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I never went back for the other shots.
Yeah, I didn't either. Now that you say that.
I never went back.
Yeah, because you still had to go back for something else or whatever it is. And I remember there's malaria pills and all that kind of stuff.
Dude, the malaria pills fucked me up. They fucked me up.
Yeah, what do they do? They dry you out or?
No, you have crazy. It's almost like it makes you crazy. Like I had crazy fucking dreams.
Right, got it. That's right.
Like insane, surreal dreams.
Yeah. Don't put it on me. I'm an artist. Don't put it on me to have to remember to go and take the follow-up pills. Can you just get? It's the show. You just guys schedule.
I wish. Pilgrim is a good program. What do they do? I'm thinking Citizen.
No, they do. They've done a lot. They did Ice Road Truckers and Dirty Jobs, and then his next one. I think they did Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I wish Pilgrim had like a way you could buy into their company where you go, hey, I'm going to make a show with you. I want to own it, but I like to use one of your producers and one of your editors.
You know what? They're pretty good to work with. They were fair.
Yeah,
yeah, they were good.
It's
some other ones. When I did a show with Merv Griffin, he said we're going to go shoot the pilot. We're going to go here and here and here. Don't worry. And we took his private plane to the Testicle Festival in Clinton, Montana, and they arranged for hotels and da-da-da-da. And at the end, he wanted to know if I could get some camera guys to shoot it for $100, and then I would get paid $100 a day. I was like, literally, do you know how much the gas cost on his plane? And then we flew out there and shot it. Got so drunk, and then almost missed the shoot the next day. But then came back on his plane, his private plane, his Challenger.
Yeah.
And from Montana, and we were flying an hour into the trip, and there was a pop up there, and then both of the and you know they could close the door, but it was open because it was private plane, and then both pilots put on their oxygen masks, and then Tony Merv Griffin's son, who's producing it, looks at me and he's like, "I'll be right back." So he goes back there, and he goes back, and I was like, "Is everything all right?" And they said they don't know. Puts on his seatbelt, calls his wife, and is like, "Honey, there's something going on with the flight. If I don't make it, I just want you to let you know I love you." Da, da, da. I'm like, whoa, what did they give you? What information did you get up there? And then the camera guy, who's I think dad had died in a plane crash. Literally, never seen this before. I thought it was a joke. Turned green, literally turned green. And we're just like, whatever. And so what happened? And so they had to do an emergency landing in Burbank, of all places. And then by the way, they called us. There was like 5 of us in the crew, whatever. They called 5 taxis to bring us to Santa Monica Airport, which is where we took off from. We each had our own taxi with our bag, driving us to the hangar where our cars were parked, where we started off. And then he wanted to pay us $100. So all that stuff. You know how much gas it is for a private flight back and forth? It was probably $20,000. It was amazing. But anyway, Pilgrim's good. They're not cheap like that. Merv was cheap. He's like, how do you think he became a billionaire? Because he's cheap.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I don't think saving $100 is how he became a billionaire. But
I had lunch with my my buddy Dan Adler. I'd love to set up a meeting with you and Adler and see if you guys could come up with a show.
Let's do it. About Bert?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, I forgot. You're done with TV.
I mean, just there's no like I can't make enough money on TV to allot the time where I take a week off.
Got it.
Like I can't.
That's good. Well, that's
the road's
good.
paying
That's good.
too much. The
That's
podcast
right. That happens.
The podcast pays more than my TV shows ever paid. So like, part of me goes, I just want to do stuff. I just like doing stuff. Like I genuinely miss the phone call I get where they go, all right, you get it in January, I think. They'd be like, all right, 13 places in the world you want to go this year. And you go, all right. And I remember going, Zanzibar. And they're like, Zanzibar, huh? Yeah. I go, yeah, it just sounds exotic. And then we got there, found out it's a Muslim country, and they don't drink a ton. Fucking.
They did that with me too. The production company was great with 3 Sheets. It was like,
who's the production company for 3 Sheets?
Screaming Flea.
Are they still around?
Yeah, kind of. Not the same as they were.
Yeah.
I don't think. And it was like, yeah, you got another season. Anywhere you want to go? I'm like, yeah, I would love to go. And you just list it. Moscow will be fun. And the dead of winter. Let's do that. Let's go there. And then Africa, South Africa. Can we go on like a safari? Tanzania? I don't know. Like whatever. And they're like Cartagena. I'm like, no.
Cartagena.
I know. Did you go there?
No, I'd love to.
I said no because I was like, I'd rather not. I don't know. No, maybe no.
I saw there's YouTube's got a series with it's called The Explorers, the Exploration. It's with Steve-O and Chuck Liddell. It looks really fucking good. I saw the first episode.
Steve-O and Chuck Liddell?
Yeah, it's a bunch of like internet celebrities, or celebrities really, just celebrities. And they have to climb a mountain in Machu Picchu. No, I don't know if it's all Machu Picchu. It's in Peru.
Yeah.
And it looks really good. I started watching it, and it was pretty fun. But it made me go, fuck, I miss the adventure part of Travel Channel. You know.
I mean, there was like, and whatever, mine was different, but it's the same sort of thing where it's just like it just feels nice to be flying someplace and going someplace and having it all being taken care of. I mean, come on, man. Like that was
it's the best.
Like you're getting paid, and towards the end the money was good and whatever. But like I never took it for granted.
I did. I definitely did.
Did you?
Oh yeah. There's times where I would have to, and the my crew, at least for Trip Flip, was very there was no real hierarchy or pecking order because I was such a fucking mess.
Did you fly? You flew in first or business?
I flew first,
and they flew in the back.
Yeah, but I'd always upgrade one of them because I could always bring an upgrade, so I'd always upgrade one person.
Oh, wow.
And so, but they knew me so well that they would literally call me on, like there was no like.
I know. I get it. It's the same thing. Like I'm not going to do that. Bert, come on. And you're just like, all right, fine. They just know you because you're at the point where you're friends, and it's just like, hey man, and you know what that hey man means, and you go, okay, I'll do it. Say no more.
But I do miss like landing in Tanzania and you know, having the crew waiting for you, and because I was always coming out of LA, they were all out of Denver.
Oh yeah.
And then you'd get there and they'd all have a beer for you, and you'd be like, and they're like, hey, we're streaming the Broncos game on Paul's wife girlfriend would FaceTime him with the TV, and they'd watch the Broncos game through FaceTime on.
God,
that's how they'd stream it. And so like I miss those times. I miss like I miss that kind of shit. But the actual product, I think Trip Flip was not a very great show. You know, I remember when I fell off a waterfall, these fans, like a bunch of them, wrote the same thing. Hey man, no one watches your stupid radio or your stupid TV show.
Okay.
They're like, just do stand up in your podcast. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they're like, don't kill yourself over fucking something no one watches. And I was like,
oh, so it was nice in a sort of weird way.
I guess. And then when I did Bert the Conqueror, I started having fears of being locked in roller coasters.
Yeah.
So, so that Bert the Conqueror was the last season of Bert the Conqueror was really fun. It was really like it's definitely my thumbprint of what I think television should look like, but I don't think a lot of people agree with me.
You're gonna come do my podcast, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long have we been going? 2:20. Okay, we should probably wrap this up. I should maybe see my kids tonight.
Yeah, right.
And I just got a great text.
My wife's in the car waiting, but we're fine.
I'd love to do your podcast.
Yeah.
Zanes World?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Can I pick the city?
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Done deal.
Yeah. I'll pick the city.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, because I'm trying to.
Not Tampa, and then everything else is good.
Yeah, not Tampa. Awesome. All right, so everyone go on to Kickstarter and get the Adventure ADV3 NTURE. And he's got four types of jackets.
Four jackets. They all convert into pillows. They all have beer koozies. They all have. I didn't even show it. They all have
This one's really nice. This rain one is really, really nice.
Emergency bottle opener. And they all zip into each other, so you can integrate. The whole point was if you're taking a trip, you know this.
Yeah.
You don't know what the weather's going to be like. Do I bring something for wet or warm? You combine the hoodie with this, and you have a warm coat, or you have this, or you have this. So it's sort of like making packing easier. And then when everything rolls into a pillow, it's easier to pack, or you can just use it as a pillow on your trip.
Luggage. That's what I wouldn't mind making.
Done.
Luggage. I'd like to make my own.
That's
luggage.
my next thing. I will tell you. I spent 6 months developing luggage.
For real?
I have. I'm going to go back to it because I'm going to make some backpacks. But wow. It's a lot of work.
I just got given this backpack by the military.
Yeah.
That is the most amazing backpack I've ever fucking owned.
Okay, show me. Go after this. I want to see it.
I'll show you my new roller case. I got 3 new roller cases.
Nice.
And they're all dude, I'll show you those.
Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting luggage. I wouldn't mind making my own luggage.
Yeah.
Like me making it.
Yeah.
Forging the steel.
Oh my God. This happened last time. You had some leather something you were making.
It's under there. It's
Okay.
my fanny pack.
You had some like prison leather. It's
fuck.
amazing.
I'm so shocked I didn't drink this afternoon.
I know.
Ah!
I was debating on bringing over a case, but
I'm glad we didn't. Now I can be a
know.
parent.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, fuck. Well, dude, I love you, man.
Awesome, brother. Thank
let
you
me
so
know when
much.
I can
This
do your
is great.
podcast. And
Yeah.
everyone, go. I'll say it in the beginning in the open. We got to probably do an open today. I'll say it in the open to make sure that everyone knows to go to it.
Awesome.
I love you, man.
Thanks, brother.
Hopefully we can work
This
on
is
a
fun.
show one day together.
Let's do it. Let's just do it. You don't wait for it to happen. You just make it happen.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Done.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.